that, welcome, welcome replay viewers, and welcome all you hapsters. Good evening. I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. Yeah. Hmm. Could that be Jen? Can I? Can I? Can I? Trying to look extra dramatic. Welcome replay viewers. So, folks, how's everyone out there tonight? Hmm. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. I can see it on the screen over there. New? Yeah, your mic's not showing.
That's
Oh
high
wait,
enough.
there it is. Okay.
Oh, there it is now.
Okay, there we go.
But did you not turn it on?
Oh.
I don't know.
It's bad technology, folks, and we're gonna run a 3D printer. Great idea.
Damn, is there like some moon lunar cycle or something?
I don't know. It's not a full moon, not a new moon.
Why is that?
Balance of power being restored south of the border. So.
No, that's not what I wanted you to do, silly thing. What the?
What's doing?
Everyone ignore everything. Yeah, Martin, there's like a ton of dropout from the iPad.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Hang on a sec.
There is a ton of dropout from the iPad. The other iPad was doing that too. What the?
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a strange video stuttering going on.
And it's only on the iPad.
Is that like something crawling down behind me, or
what?
Or is that text showing up like above my shoulder here? Is that a video aberration going on, or is that something?
Yes.
Scrolling on the screen. No, that's
yes and weird.
Yes. Yes and yes.
Shoot.
Well, folks.
This is attempt number 3. Because the camera, the webcam. Here. Oh, they're now cleared up again. What?
Doing confusing things.
Is that us or is that Haps?
I don't know. Hey, Red Eye, are you still out there? Can you hear us, see us? What's going on?
Now there's a statement of the year. What's going on?
Our broadcast on another device?
What's going on? Like a phone?
Like a phone?
Like my phone that's right behind you?
Yes. Your phone.
We may have to move that back so both of us can get in the shot.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Because remember, you only see the middle.
Yep. Stand by, folks.
Oh, I got Pokemon going.
Hang in there.
Pokemon!
Do a little. Can hear and see fine. Oh, good. Thank you, Red Eye. Just going to shuffle the main camera over a little bit so that we've got a little bit more staging space.
Attempt number 3, right? That was attempt number 2, I believe. This is the attempt now.
Right.
Yeah, you accidentally hit the...
Oh, I see that. Yeah, well, I was setting up the audio on the audio iPad.
Okay, hopefully I'm not going to... And then that one didn't work.
Do a little cleanup here while we're at it.
So Red Eye says everything's good?
Can see and hear fine.
Okay.
Or hear and see fine. Either way.
What a chaotic... We really got to stop this chaos, Martin. It's going to kill us.
Mm-hmm. It's already killing us.
Not dead yet! Red Eye, were you the mysterious Facebook...
Hate it when I have problems with my technicals. Yeah.
Yeah, really. So I'm leaving this here, although this is on a delay because it's an afterthought, so to speak. It's watching.
It's watching as opposed to being part of the source.
Although, that iPad that's right now running our audio, the
Mm-hmm.
old iPad that's running our audio,
Yeah.
is,
Is that what we're hearing?
well, no, it should be
Oh.
able to show comments.
Oh, it should,
Just like,
yeah. So we should be able to bring it back over.
that's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. I
Where's the
think so,
comments?
Brian.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not, technically not live,
even though it's
even though
running.
it's running.
And this one has got a little bit of audio track going on.
It does. Ah, see, look! Look, look!
Uh-huh.
Look!
Look,
Look!
look.
Look! But what other
What?
thing is running audio right now? Something else
That's,
is running audio.
yeah, no, that's got to be the one.
No, it
I'm not
should be
missing
able
it.
to. I didn't get that.
I
Oh,
hear you and have a
that's my
split
Siri.
screen. Printer shot is zooming in and out slightly. So
I think it's trying to
it's probably the
focus.
webcam trying to focus on a black on black on black and with more black and
Oh,
limited lighting. I wonder, should we turn the
I have
light
so
on the
much.
webcam?
Sure.
That might help. Hang on a sec.
Why is this? Why would it be zooming in and out unless it's trying to focus?
Yeah, that's something I can think of.
Focus, Pinky.
Focus, Pinky.
So you can all see that we took the top cowl off because you want to use that for ABS to keep the heat in, whereas today we're going to be using PLR. And just for the haps guys,
PLA.
sorry, PLR. Oop, I just kicked it. Just for the haps guys, we went out and got some white PLA. PLR. What is wrong with me today?
Oh, there's a little sticker across there.
We went out and got white PLA so we can run both nozzles
Huh.
and have a HAPS logo
Should be
that's
good.
red and white because the only PLA we have right now is red.
Now
We're sure that's
Foggy is still
PLA, right?
zooming. Yes. That's exclusively what he was working
So
with.
this is for you guys at HAPS. This is just for you guys because once we unseal this stuff starts deteriorating.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with PLA is it's a little more environmentally friendly in the sense that it's made out of, what is it made out of?
It's a
like a corn,
cornstarch
yeah.
based plastic.
So but it degrades when it gets, when you have it out in sunlight and stuff like that. So this is part of the reason why we don't use PLA as much in the entertainment industry. We use a lot of ABS, and because the ABS does not degrade.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Vince. It's perfect, good and synced. There's a lag between the left and right windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two different cameras. Now foggy and still zooming. Foggy?
The webcam.
What? Excuse me.
Please stand by. She's going to check from the computer's perspective.
I keep looking at these shots of myself, and I'm going to say, I'm going to have a girly moment right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've put on weight.
COVID weight.
Damn it.
With everything else going on too.
Yeah, actually, with the.
Oh, I see that.
You can see
Put my hand
the
in
printer
the shot.
better in some ways, but not better in other ways. And we still have some pixelation happening here. So turn the light down a little, I guess.
How's that?
Turn the light down a teeny tiny bit more. Windex. Thank you, Luke.
Oh. Yeah. That's
Oh.
bottom of range.
But it's still on, right?
Still on, yeah.
It looks better when you hold on. Put your hand in front again. Is it just having a pissy time focusing on the 3D printer?
Could be.
Yeah, because when your hand's in front, the printer gets blacker. Hi, Vince. Oh,
Tonight's
Vince, you
big
gotta tell him a
dance
little
off.
more than that. You gotta tell him a little more than that.
Tonight's big dance off. What is it, like
Better with
4.5
the
hours
lower
from
light.
now?
Yeah, it is better with the lower light. So we're having
Should I
pixelation
turn the
drop
light-
out here.
should I
don't
turn the
know
light
if you
off
guys are
completely
seeing it at
then,
your
or-
end. No, because then it'll be
Yeah.
totally black again.
Now, if I turn the printer on, it's got its own interior lighting, but that might be...
Well, then why aren't we testing it with...
Let's try and turn the printer on.
I'm going to start hating you right now.
Start.
Battle of the mics. Can we turn that off?
We can.
Oh, well, that looks better.
Is better than back to fog.
Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
There.
the best we can do. We're seeing a lot of pixelation and stuff here. So I don't know what's happening. But it is what it is. And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore it shall be what it is.
It is what it is. This is the way.
This is the way. Oh my God. Well,
Rotate.
fine. Oh shoot, this iPad's only at 30%. No, 90.
No.
Okay. I had a moment. Hey, you know, brain can have issues too.
Tape. Roll the tape.
What? No.
No?
It's fine.
You
It's
good?
fine.
You good?
Res looks fine. So you guys aren't seeing this dropout. Interesting.
That's really interesting, yeah.
Because we're seeing like pixelation dropout. Great shot of my butt. All right, fine. Fine, we are going to go ahead with what we got. Because we got what we got.
We got what we got. That's all that we got?
It's so over warm in this corner.
I know, yeah.
That
Well,
radiator.
Let's open the window. The window was closed earlier because it was
Please
freezing in
open the
here.
window. Is
There's no
the
consistency in the
light
heat in this
shining
place.
into the lens? No, it's the light is around.
It's a ring light.
It's a ring
yeah.
light around the camera itself. Right? It's part of the camera. And that one is there for us. Maybe ours should go over there more?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's pointed at the...
Will it work from
And
down
maybe
here?
soften a little bit because now it's in my face.
It's okay. It's in my face too right now.
Well,
Especially now.
I don't care if it's in your face. I care if it's mine.
This side.
Martin is struggling. That creates a weird shadow.
It's from shadow from that, isn't it? Let's get it on a stool.
You know, for an ex-lighting guy...
Yeah, that's why I'm an ex-lighting guy. I didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, boy. Okay. Really, that's all it needs?
Maybe we put it on a stool in front of the...
Yeah, because if we put it below again, it's going to be like... You know, this is an hour-and-a-half print that we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep them amused that whole time. That's our job. But Vince is going to hang around. Vince, you're hanging around, right? Because we may need you to keep things more interesting while the print is happening.
Yeah, we can invite guests on while it's printing and chat
I'll have
about
to go
other
back
stuff.
to the
Yeah.
computer to do that, but yes.
Still looks foggy.
Hang
It
on.
was better when Martin lowered the light.
Okay, now try that. You
Yeah.
get
Give
the
it a
look
moment
this
to...
time.
What, look at the preview?
Yes.
I can go look at the preview. Yeah, there's some serious dropout at this end. Wow.
Okay. If I turn this off. Sigh. Yeah, we're having
Yeah,
like
you
a
turn it
dropout
off, now
issue
the
here.
printer's black, not fuzzy gray.
Well, can
Yeah.
you see inside the printer?
More or less, yeah.
Oh, well then what are we doing? Tonight, I am battling Bannerman for the dance battle tonight at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 California time, folks.
Yeah.
West Coast. And hope you all will show support for the dance-off because Haps is promoting it. And hope you in the audience of Car Hunger will show tons of support because all of us put a lot of work into it. And I would hope you guys would show some love. Still looks foggy. It was better when Martin lowered light. It was better. Well, the light is still lower. Ex-lighting guy. This is more of the maple syrup stuff. Yes, it is.
Better. Okay, better.
Okay, so we should have turned on the machine in the first place to see if its own light would carry its own weight.
Maybe.
Apparently, its own light carries its own weight.
Apparently it does.
So now that that is out of the way,
Yes.
we should get this print started,
Yes, we should.
and we should get this all done.
Yep.
And while it's printing, we can talk about the dance-off tonight, and we can talk about our plans for a costume contest,
Mm-hmm.
and we can move along. Move
Mm-hmm.
along, little doggy. Inside, okay, case black, no problem.
All
Okay.
right. Awesome.
So now I got the horrible shot. Turn that up just a tiny bit.
Up just a tiny bit.
Because I have COVID hair, you people are not going to see my hair until this whole thing is over with, and I
There we
can
go.
rescue it somewhere. Okay,
Hey.
when last we spoke, I hope I'm in shot,
Where we last saw our intrepid explorers.
because I can't see that far.
Uh-huh.
I can't see the computer. Am I in
Oh,
shot?
you were in shot.
I am?
Yep.
Okay,
I see you.
okay, good.
I see you.
Oh, great. Better without the reflection. Internal enclosure light is fine. Thank you. I know you guys are worn out and hope you guys will be there. I hope so too, Vince. At some point we have to go be free of things. We'll give you guys an update once we get the sucker printed because according
Yep.
to this machine, this print job is going to take about an hour and a half. So the sooner we get it started, the sooner we can chat
Mm-hmm.
in our last, yes, old lighting guy here too, Rogers, Mississauga. That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I was always a sound person. I did some lighting, but it was mostly sound. So, when we were last with this beauty, we were struggling with the iPad to find an app, preferably not one that would cost a fortune and or free, that can run this device. We have discovered that there is no app without spending a lot of finances and doing different
Mm-hmm.
splicers and different this and that. So we would wind up with actually 3 or 4 apps.
Yeah.
There's really no way we can use the iPad to run the.
Another, a lot of the other alternatives we were finding all involved doing the slicing on the cloud using
I see what
the,
we should
the
use.
company's server, right? Using the server of the app developer. We can't do that.
We can't do that
Yeah.
because it's against NDAs.
Mhm.
So we just spent this last few weeks just crying and just bashing our head and as well as trying to get everything else done. Um, don't worry, it's just it's just a term. It's just an expression. So what we wound up doing is downloading the app on the computer itself. I deleted 3 other apps to be able to do so because I've run out of space more or less on the computer because it's been handling all the big video and photo files. We really need to get an upgrade on the computer
Mm-hmm.
one day. One day soon, I hope.
One day.
Because this is so frustrating. So anyway, so we found an app that's free, but it's a trial. It's a 30-day trial. And then, we have to decide whether or not we're buying it. That is actually done for this machine itself, for the Creative Pro, for this device, right off the bat, for the Flash Forge. And this is how we're doing it, because we're not going to run cables everywhere. We already run cables everywhere for these broadcasts.
Mm.
So what we've done is we have still 3 or 4, and they're still working. I hope they continue working. If anyone's got any of these and they want to give them up, I'll give you my mailing address. But I'm assuming this can be seen in the camera. This is
Hopefully.
a 4 gigabyte SD card. These do not work on our SLR. These were bought long ago for the Renaissance Festival for a small little digital camera that was used backstage for reference, for costume references, quick references. So the big SLR was out there taking the actual footage and stuff like that. So we bought a whole bunch of these so we can just go through them. I think there's only about 3 left that still work because the little metal thingy sometimes bend and
Mm-hmm.
the SD card doesn't work. These are perfect for this machine because this machine has an SD slot. So we're kind of printing blind in some ways because we have to design it, save it to the SD card, which the computer will read, and then put the SD card in the machine. This one, we've done this before with 3D printers, and the machine, the SD slot is usually on the outside. On this one, it's on the inside. I don't know why.
Keeps it nice and warm and cozy while it's printing.
It's an SD card.
I don't know then.
And we weren't even able to test this file yesterday
Mm-hmm.
because the radiators are broken again.
Yeah. So
And,
temperature was all over the place in here.
You don't run a machine like this when things are cold.
Mm-hmm.
You just do not. They just do not. So I have gone and decided to spend, the PLA is about $37,
35.
35 and then taxes.
And tax, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So $37 for a roll of PLA. Once we open this, we've got to think about using it.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got red in PLA and white in PLA. They don't, when you do double nozzle, they don't recommend that you combine ABS and PLA at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just not good. Not good.
Yeah.
So this is going to be opened today. And we've got some older red, which has already been loaded into the nozzle. Now
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a peg for this,
Mm.
so
Mm.
what are we gonna do? I need scissors to open this.
Or a knife.
This is how crazy today was.
All right.
Yes. A knife is fine.
Well, a good alternative would be something like a broom handle that we can slide it on and have it parked next to the printer until we get a chance to print another one of those spool hangers.
Okay.
I'll go get a broom
You go
handle.
get a broom. So the key thing with this, if you guys are ever doing 3D printing, or if you're ever ordering 3D printing, in other words, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, if you guys want something ordered from us, I'm more than happy to do it for price, because we need to start making some money again. But don't, if you've got a project that you want done, ask how old the PLA is. Because if it's an older roll and it's been undone, or if you're buying the stuff, yeah, and it's not vacuum sealed or sealed away like that, yeah, don't pay full price. Definitely don't pay full price. I've run my 3D printers that way since the start. Eliminates any issues with the computer having problems and killing a long print. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Vince, did you go over? Vince.
I guess Vince just popped in to say hi and then abandoned us.
Oh, I was gonna give him a chance to get on
Okay.
and talk.
No immediate broom handle, but we have this piece of pipe, which might actually just work if we set that up on the gap between the two units.
Go to it.
Yeah. Well, we'll need that
Just
on
be
it
careful
first.
not to scratch the
The
cutter.
the laser cutter?
That would be very upsetting.
Yeah, that actually works.
My apologies for 2 bum shots. Literally, 2 bum shots.
2 bum shots.
There's a reason I'm standing in front of you, dude.
Uh-huh.
Would you like the... But yes, we don't use PLA as often as we use ABS in the film industry because the ABS will take more abuse.
We're going to have to reload.
Oh no, what happened?
We have a broken filament. I went
Yeah,
back here and it's broken off the
This is
spool.
what I mean, guys. If you got something, if you're doing something, this is old PLA, and it broke. So, yeah, it gets less and less flexible. So over the next little while, I hope everyone orders something in white or things we can paint. And Haps, I hope you still love us.
So we're going to have
I'm
to...
gonna give you the white.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, this is not good. That's the old filament. It is literally...
Hey, you take this. Take the white, please. Thank you. Let's see how far down this problem goes. Okay. Fingers crossed, folks. This may have taken too long for us to figure out how to get it done. A food dehydrator is good for dehydrating old PLA.
Mm. Yeah,
Found
look
one
at
at
this.
Goodwill for $5.
Look at this.
Oh, cool. We'll be right back. But first, yeah.
Look at this. It's just all cracked.
Wow.
Cracked and crumbled.
Let's not leave that for the cat. So we got a problem here, guys.
I'm hoping this
Oh,
this
no,
red's
it's
actually...
okay here.
If we go farther down the spool...
Yeah, here's where it gets okay. Right here.
Yeah.
Because it's not snapping.
Oh, yeah. So these do need to get bagged whenever they're not in use. And an article I read actually says you can use, those plastic cereal containers with the little pour lids, and throw a couple of desiccants in there and close the plastic cereal container. Apparently, it makes for a good, nice, airtight,
All right. Now you remember which
moisture-resistant.
which one was right, which one was left?
Yeah, well, there's still a little bit of red sticking out of here. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
out of the
So I will keep
supposed
looking at
left-hand arm.
comments. What first? B-U-T-T. He thinks he's smarty.
So, and I'm noticing the other filament tube seems to have some filament trapped in it.
Here, I'll give you this one.
Okay.
Oh, actually, like 3 different filaments trapped in it.
What was he doing?
I don't know. But as I go crunch, 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 hopefully they'll fall out.
Okay, that's too much off the spool. Let's rewind this a bit. Let's
Remember,
rewind.
folks, we bought this thing secondhand. And I have a cat just off camera waiting for me to drop more stuff.
He is watching with bated breath.
He is. There we go. There's gray in here. There's red in here. A little piece went flying onto
It's like
the floor.
his spare tube or something that.
I can hear crunching inside. Little pieces are falling out everywhere, unfortunately.
So what I'm going to do while she's doing that, I'm going to utilities. I'm going to go to filament loading. I'm going to unload the right filament. So it's going to back out the little bit of filament that's in there, because there's about a 2-inch length that's trapped in there right now. So in doing so, it's going to heat up the extruder so you can unload the filament, and then we'll turn around and load the new one back in. It's like literally we have to have a curtain of
Don't think I got
defense around everything. It sounds like there's more in there, yeah. And a piece of rod or something to.
Do we have something that small?
We might.
You can hear it go crunch, 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 crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. What's it baited with?
Baited with?
Baited with?
Is this a little bit long enough? A little bit of acrylic rod?
Let's find out. Oh, another piece came out. The cat's going to start finding them any moment now. There, he found one.
That's it. Watch us play interference with the cat.
Hello, Drew from LA. Explain what's it baited with. Here, can you hold that in so we can keep this kind of straight while I push?
Yep.
UV rays is hell with PLA too. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It deteriorates a lot in the sun. The dehydrator also helps anneal old filament with the low-level heat, which makes it a lot less brittle. I have no issues if I cook my old filament overnight before use.
Oh, yeah.
Cat's breath.
Oh, bated breath.
Yeah, no, it's
It's jamming.
yeah, this is too weak.
Hmm.
I need like
Okay.
a little metal rod or something.
I assume this little metal rod is too large.
Thank you,
diameter.
Drew. Thank you, Drew. Buy me a coffee award. Oh, Martin,
That's
we
probably
didn't
too
have
large,
coffee
isn't it?
today.
Yeah, we didn't. No,
we
we
didn't.
didn't.
That's not like us.
No, that's definitely too big.
That is too big. Although it's got a screw end on it. Ah. Yeah, I know, Martin. We are
We're not that kind of broadcast.
You can hear it all crunching inside. Wow, he never cleaned out his tubes. Folks, don't leave the stuff in the tube. Don't leave the
Tubes.
stuff in the tube. Love my 3D printer. I also have a Glowforge. Nice! Yeah, we bought this
cool.
one secondhand. We're used to working on cutters and printers that are provided by a production. So this is a lot smaller than we're used to working with.
Excuse
so
me?
It's a whole new adventure, even though we're used to them. It's still a whole new adventure. So, yeah. But right now,
There we
we've
go.
discovered the previous owner has left a lot of filament inside the second tube. And what we want to do right now is we want to do the HAPS logo. We want to do the HAPS logo in red and white. We have the file set up for each extruder to do each color. So this will be the first time we've run this machine. Whoopsh, whoopsh. They're just not coming out. Never mess with a woman that has a hose in her hand. No, Red Eye. We are not
that kind of broadcast. So now I'm reloading that red filament.
How about a stick? Do we have a wood stick?
We do not have a wooden stick that
Sticky wooden
small.
stick. Damn, this stuff is not coming out.
I'm trying to think. We don't even have any more of that tube. We can run it without the tube. It's not as
It's not his way.
it's not as effective, but because the tube protects it, right?
Yeah.
But the white's going to be the amount that's printing the least amount, right?
Okay,
So
hold
we could
on.
run it without a.
I'm going to do something really rude. Excuse me a moment.
Don't shoot the cat with the filament. That's really jammed in there. I don't hear any air coming out the other end at all.
There's a little bit coming out, but that hurts. Hops logo nice. Yes. Direct
Yeah,
drive
I don't think.
extruders don't have this issue. Yeah, well,
Was it
brazing or welding rod.
direct drive extruders? Oh, this is a direct drive extruder. It's not the matter. It's not a matter of the extruder. It's the old
Straight
filament is
coat.
breaking.
Daniel is smart.
What's that?
And a
Straighten coat hanger.
wire.
That's a good idea.
Do we have?
I'll see if we have any actual wire hangers left. We got rid of a lot of wire hangers, and there's a whole bunch at the storage locker. But you know,
Let's get these suckers started.
I'll
Nice.
see if there's any wire ones upstairs in the loft.
You just introduced moisture into the feed tube. I know. I know. All for you guys. All for the show. I know. Besides, my breath isn't that wet. Alright, fine. No, see that one too. No, actually. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. I know this might put some moisture in as well, but oh. I wonder. This get would hot water soften the blockage? No wire hangers ever? What? Hot water softener. I've got a cat trying to play with the other end. You don't want to do that, cat. Even the compressed air. All that stuff is really
Well, we
stuffy.
do not have any wire hangers at all. They're all plastic and molded hangers.
And Red Eye just did a don't wire hanger routine.
Oh, I suppose 'cause the wire hanger could scratch the inside of the tube. I say we run without the feed tube, without the guide tube, and we can always solve this at another time. We can just get
You
some
can
fresh
literally
tubing.
you can
You
hear
can hear it cracking. Yeah, it's like a glow stick, but there's no glow.
No, that's quite the opposite of glowing.
It's an anti-glow stick.
It's an anti-glow stick.
It's the Mandalorian dark glow stick. Now,
All
did we
right,
get
we'll
all
do it
the
without
pieces
it.
off the? Oh, there's a couple more. Do not
Ever
want
saw that
cats
movie,
chewing
Mummy
on
Dearest?
PLA.
Oh, I saw that movie. Replace the tube better than the clogged nozzle. This is
Yep.
true. This is very, very true.
All right.
This is very,
So-
very, very true. So let's see if we can do this. It's kind of weird downsizing our life, and it looks like we may have to downsize it again. Not very happy. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I mean, it looks like he ran gray and red, because that's what's stuck in that tube. But
Okay.
got a lot of it out.
I'm going to actually
The rest
turn
of it.
this spool around
Now, if the
so it
cats were
feeds in the
useful,
right
they'd figure it
direction.
out, right? Fade out away, yeah. All the classics. When I used to get upset at my mom all the time, she said if I ever wrote a book that looked like the next Mummy Dearest script was going to happen, she'd disown me, just so that she could prove that I'm the problem, not her. I'm not kidding.
But
But although, yeah, they always
Yeah, I
say,
can't run
don't
that
question a
way.
child's
Okay.
imagination.
All
So I'm
right.
going to go like this so you're not looking at Martin's butt.
And my butt. That's the one drawback of having a camera on this angle, right?
Well, you've got, like, I mean, this camera's the one watching the machine.
That's true.
This camera's the one watching us.
Okay, somewhere we have a pair of wire cutters, side cutters, so I can clip the end of that new filament. Hang on.
Twit.
Is that over there? Ah, that's them. Thank you.
Looking for these?
I'm looking for these.
Now.
Okay.
enough red left on that spool.
What did it say? 9 meters of red?
I think
I
so.
think, yeah, we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have the white.
Yes, we spent all day
I'm going to
looking at
drop that
places, so
into there, and we're
we
going
may be
to
moving again soon.
load left. Let it heat up.
So the nice thing about this is that it is a double extruder, so it's going to make life a little easier. Um, the very oversized one we had at the shop, that we had access to at the shop back in BC, um, the detail was incredible and just
Hmm.
amazing. But yeah, we're looking at a machine that could literally make heart transplants, the heart valves and intricate little bits on a level that we don't need. Although, a couple of years from now, I'd like to get back into it. They're big and expensive.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
okay, the
that
shop boss paid for it.
exactly. Well, that was like a $250,000 machine, right? Nowhere,
Yeah.
no way we'd be able to afford that.
We're thinking of designing a couple lightsaber bodies to see how they look coming out of this machine and doing them in ABS just to play with it. And the cutter, we picked up some vinyl. So we've got some vinyl for the laser cutter. So we're
Hmm.
going to make some vinyls for our vehicle. So it's. Hi, Katrina! Resin type. It was
Um,
there was resin types
yeah,
at Batgirl,
yeah. Batwoman. Yeah,
Batwoman. Sorry.
they were using the uh, Formlabs resin, the liquid resin printers, right? The one at the shop that we were working at was um, basically was like not a stereolithography, but it would print a layer, expose it, print a layer, expose it. It didn't actually like draw the part out of a tank. So similar process with the UV cure resin, just um, like an inkjet printer, basically.
Now, when the new page opens, I'm going to start talking about the new page when Martin heats up and puts this in. Um, when the new page is up and running, we're now on a waiting list again because we had to put our project on pause. We still have the grant, we still have the capabilities and everything, but when the new page is up and running, both Martin's and my experience will be bunched together. We had done that on one of the pages before, and we're going to do it again. We'd like to point out to everyone that um, because Car Hunger Creative is a company,
Here it
once Martin's and
goes.
my experience gets put on one production list, it's going to be a lot shorter than if we both have two separate lists because there's a lot of overlap and there's a lot of separate. So we're going to reformat that. Do keep in touch with us. Do keep communicating. Martin has some strengths that I don't, and vice versa. ABS gives me the red ass. What? Got to have stable temp control or warp city. Well,
Yeah.
that's why we've got the lid, the cover that goes over this in order to keep
Hmm.
the temperature maintained. We're kind of hesitating a bit to run our first ABS in this machine simply because the radiators are not
Hmm.
consistent. Um,
We got super hot on this side, super cold on that side, and constantly shifting. And then when the rads don't work, it gets down to about 16 degrees Celsius in here and makes it very difficult to work.
it's easier to get the ABS on sale too, so we can keep prices a little more reasonable as well. So there's a lot of advantages to ABS and why we use it a lot in this industry. But yes, the new page is going to have a completely merged production list. So that's not super long. So it's not like Martin and I or vice versa. And same with the performance. It's going to be a merged list. And it will include, some of you have gotten a hold of us. Because a year back we were asking, when the new web page comes, and it didn't because of the virus that was on the web page, et cetera, server. But one of the things that's been asked is that we include everything, including background work or, side jobs. In other words, Martin's Lumitrol, lighting technician will be in there. The lighting and sound stuff we did for Theater in the Raw while we were in BC. You guys have asked us to include everything. So please be patient because we don't even remember some of the productions we were on.
when
So
yeah, when
yeah,
between us there's 33, 33 years of working together, and
and then I go back to
then
an
you go
8-year
back
old.
as an 8-year-old kid reporter, and me all the
Yeah.
theater lighting and stuff that I did, and you know, high school and summer theater stuff that I did before you. That's a lot of stuff, you know.
And it's going to be a list of productions, not necessarily which prop. So, like for example, some Stargate stuff was worked on with Iguana,
Yep,
and some Stargate stuff was with the actual Stargate shop,
yep,
and some Stargate stuff was independent.
yep.
So we're not going to say this prop was this prop was this. We're just going to say Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've also had one of the previous companies that is now long gone say that we had no right to put their name on our production list, which I think she's just getting old, or
Yeah,
something.
and this coming from basically from someone who wasn't even involved in the company in its last days,
Yeah.
and even
Um,
left the company while we were still working there.
so I think
So,
COVID, because yeah, she's older than us. I think COVID has gotten to her brain and she's bored. Her whole webpage is full of activist stuff. So she got a hold of us and said we had no right to put their company name on the production list, and offered to basically take Martin under her wing and give him an honest
how to
career.
honestly do it, honestly promote myself. No, no, we are honestly promoting ourselves and what we're capable of doing. You know,
You do work
uh,
for a company, and it's a resume or production list. Guess what? So we had to deal with that. That was fun.
mhm. The good, the bird, and the ugly. That was one of the
Oh, the
yeah,
good, the bird, and the
yeah.
ugly. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. The DS9 parody play we did.
Rad printer, thank you. I made an enclosure for mine. I print a lot of PET-G with it. Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Okay. Much of the durability of ABS without the severe linear expansion
Hmm.
coefficient. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Well,
guys, we're not watching the
PLA
comments
is
too close
a
here, too.
lot similar to the PET
Good,
G
the
in that
bird.
regard. So yeah.
Yeah, the good, the bird, and the all of those are on our production list.
Yep.
The bridge. I mean, we didn't originally build the bridge, but we did rebuild it.
Hmm.
The USS Pierce, as she wound up being named when we took her over. But yeah, no, we are
Hmm.
going to get it all together. We have a huge history. If anyone out there also remembers Martin or I doing anything, whether it's acting, whether it's building, whether it's performance, whether it's even a convention doing panels,
Hmm.
if we're going to have the complete list that people keep asking us for, we may need some help. Do you remember us doing something? Do you have footage or photos of us doing something? If you do, we need to
We
know.
need that content.
We need, please. When you have a long list in a career that's like extensive, your brain kind of goes.
Hmm.
Besides, I think she always had a crush on you. I think that's why she's
Really?
trying to get me to. Why not? You don't have to
I
like
don't
every
know.
person who has a
No, I
crush on
don't know.
you.
I don't have. No, no,
It's a compliment,
no.
dude.
I suppose so. Yeah. Well, all the guys that have always had and girls who've had crushes on you.
That's
Yeah.
true. You've had a few gay,
And it's true.
interests.
Yeah.
You'd make a great gay guy. You know that?
You think so?
I know so.
Wow.
Hey, chill. Call Martin. Oh, I shouldn't have
Okay.
done that. I'm
Oh.
sorry. Okay, Jill,
Okay.
call Lance. To tell Lance to
Call
call
Lance.
Martin. Martin hasn't cuddled with Lance in like over 20 years.
That's right. We used the bridge to introduce CAG to Canada. That's right.
That's right.
Can't wait to see the list. Thank you.
I can't either, Katrina.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
When that virus took over our page, when that virus took over the whole web page and basically infected the page itself, and it went down, it was crazy. At that point was our only complete list, and now it's all gone because we didn't have a backup. Because the server we were with at the time didn't make a backup either. So, uh, I am trying not to give up before the list is done. It's huge once you put Martin and I together. It's
Did you
huge.
put
But
this together?
folks, remember, the list is big if you merge the two of us together and
Mm-hmm.
say, as a company, Christina and Martin have these experiences. Brrrr. Please get a
We are
hold of
there.
us if you want specific. Who did exactly what. Get a hold of
Mm-hmm.
us, right? we're not going to do Christina and Martin did all this together. Martin did all this. Christina did all this. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
We'd have two different production lists, and they'd be
Too much.
completely out of sync and uncoordinated and walk the dog.
Oh darn, yeah. Okay, back soon. Good. Okay. This print's gotta
Actually
get started.
walking the dog.
Actually walks.
It's not a
Actually,
euphemism.
yes. His wife is
Okay.
not putting him on a leash and walking
So
him like that chicken in Montreal.
not yeah.
That's I still
No.
can't get over that story.
So
People
uh,
do during COVID.
both extruders are loaded now. We've got red in the right hand filament or right hand extruder. We got white in the left hand extruder. We've got our file on our SD card that we created last night. So we should theoretically be able to run it.
Now, we've chosen not to put tape down, and we've chosen not to put Yoo-hoo stick down. We've chosen not to, everything that people suggest,
Hmm.
because this is such a block design.
Hmm.
It should be simple enough for the machine,
In theory.
in theory.
And having never run this machine yet,
We'd
we
like
don't.
to see what it'll
We'd like
do.
to see what it's capable of in any capacity. All right. So print from SD. haps.x3g. What's it say it's going to do? It's checking its
That's when you back
axes.
up
It's
onto a
heating up.
thumb drive for that rainy day. I know, Guy. What was the URL of the missing page? Well, how long is it going to take? The approximate time is an hour and a half. So we are going to entertain, ask questions, and discuss things while the machine works and keep an eye on it. This is the first time we've run it ourselves. Well, it was
Hunger, Hunger.
www.carcar.com. The ancient page was still on .ca, which did not have a full list. That page still exists, but I've got .ca forwarded to Facebook, and .com should also be forwarding to Facebook.
Hmm.
.org should be following the Facebook. Everything should be following, forwarding to Facebook right now.
Hmm.
Um, but we got a government. I mean, the page was gone. It was, and the server didn't even tell us.
Hmm.
And we basically trusted a student to keep an eye on it and back it up. And the student did not do what they said they were going to do. So we should not have given them credit for volunteering. And if your bed is heated properly and your extruders are heated properly, with PLA, you should not need to have anything extra in the bed.
Hmm.
Just add a bit of extra
Well,
grip.
from what this printer says is
No,
the
the other way
bed
around. Car Hunger. Carr.
Hunger.
My name first.
Yeah. It's basically it's the same as our profile. So according
I
to
don't know if you're in
all
shot. You're
the
in shot?
instructions for the yes, we're both in
Okay.
shot. According to the instructions for this printer, it's not actually heating the bed for the PLA. It needs to heat the bed for the ABS. But we'll say the missing URL again.
Hang on.
She's going to type it out.
Hang on. We have had this domain for so long. The page is missing, not the URL.
Yeah. Basically what happened is the student that was running it didn't back it up, and that kind of screwed
And then
things
we
over.
got
And it was a
this-
WordPress site too, so
We got this government grant thing, and I don't know what they've done. We started the process to put us online as an online store, and right now it just literally looks like this. It's kind of hard to see. It's us leaning against the Stargate, the Atlantic Gate. Car Hunger created, turning 2 dimensions into 3, which was our slogan. Our website was hacked. While we work out the logistics of rebuilding the site, you can check out our Facebook fan page and our Instagram. And then it's got some of our
okay.
social media
I'm
links
going
down
to
below.
cancel this printer for a moment. We have all the globs on the nozzle are not, it did not eject the globs. So I am going to remove the globs from the nozzle. Need to get a little piece of cloth.
So this is going to wind up being an online store, which is something we didn't want to do, but the government said to us they would provide us with a designer, and of course that designer, we had to put it on pause because a lot of what was happening this Christmas, so now we have to wait for another designer to be available. Guy, were you someone on here offered to help us out? I don't remember who. Don't remember who, my apologies. Hey, you guys have an experience with the probate system in the U.S. by any chance? No.
Oh, hey Mark.
Hey, Mark. Mark Martin has you pegged. That's it. You're done.
Yeah. You're
Interesting. When the internal light in
you
the
need to come
printer
up with some new
changes,
material.
the camera hunts for focus.
Oh, really?
Oh no, does it really?
I haven't seen any settings for the lighting. You can turn the sound on and off, but I haven't seen any settings to turn the lighting
I hear audio
on
coming
and
out
off.
somewhere. Is that on the
That,
iPad?
for some reason, that iPad does not mute. It drops the volume, but it never goes to a mute.
Intriguing.
Do you want
He
some
was,
water
yes, or something.
or
Well, can we?
something?
Let's wait till we get this going.
Okay.
I was hoping to heat up some apple cider.
Mm.
Like even nuking it is okay.
Yep.
It's just it's gotten so cold today. I know it's
Hmm.
warm in here,
It
but it's still
was
at state of mind, you
it
know?
was -7 Celsius today, with a wind chill factor bringing it down to -13 Celsius. It
So
was pretty
suffice it to
chilly.
say, Jeff, we did not get a photo shoot in.
When did we get hacked?
Holy crap.
It sort of would have to been at least a year ago, with everything going on uh, with the pandemic and the
No,
constant
was it
moving and everything. It was before, or it was before that,
was it
even. Yeah.
before the move or after the move?
You mean
The
the move,
first move.
the move from BC?
Move number 1, not move number 7 that we're about to make. So yeah, it would have
Right.
been like a year or two ago. Yeah, it would have been a while ago. And then we asked the server to retrieve the files, and the server said they couldn't because it was saved across multiple servers. Oh, I just wanted to cry. I mean, it wasn't a great design, but Martin, if you were where I am right now, you'd definitely be getting all the commissary. That's quite
Hmm?
cold. Yeah, it is.
All the commissary?
2019, probably it's 2018 or 2019. We moved. Our first move was April 1st, 2019.
Correct. Yeah.
And then our second move, I think we noticed it after the second move. I think that's when we noticed it and got a hold of the server and said, hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, around 2019. And the worst thing about it is I typed in the web page here and it shouldn't show up like that. It should be forwarding. Oh, your personal photos are still up. Our personal photos are still up. Well, that doesn't help. Builds. Builds is down. Oh, I know what this was in performance and stuff. This was an old page layout that that I threw
Come on.
back up that was incomplete before the student took over. So, it should be forwarding. And I guess they took it off the forward because it should be forwarding to Facebook because I keep Facebook up and to date.
Okay.
.ca is the other page. Wait, so did the government give you that 3D printer? No, Mark. The government did not give us the 3D printer. No, oh
All
God,
right.
I wish. I bought it secondhand. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, .ca is the other one. .ca is properly. So I think the reason why .com is no longer forwarding to the Facebook is because .com is the one that .com is the one that that they want to use to do this program, to do the government grant program thingy, to turn us into an online store. And .ca was what we're going to use for new portfolio. So if you wanted
Oh,
to
that's
buy
right. Yeah.
things from our online store, you go to .com, and if you go to .com, there will be a button that'll go to the portfolio. It's what we agreed on with them, and that we would have to design our own portfolio. Yes, because I wanted to do it like a portfolio with a store included on a subpage, but the government grant is not that. The government grant is you choose a page, you basically have your domain, and that becomes your store. So,
So just FYI, folks, discovered
hi Katie.
while this print was starting, there's a bit of schmutz left over on the bed that we didn't get a chance to clean before. And
Schmutz.
bit of schmutz, technical term, of course.
When did you become
That,
Jewish?
hey, German, right?
Oh, right.
Same,
Okay.
almost the same language, really. So I'm just going to scrape some of it off, and then we're going to start the print over again. Because the first couple of traces it laid down actually didn't stick, and I saw it glob up in a couple of spots. So
Okay,
let's fix this.
uh,
And the globbing seems to be happening with the red. I'm hoping it's not a result of the red being what it is.
come back here. Yeah, I can't, links are not active on this. Oh, I had to hit it a bunch of times. What did it do? It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's
All right.
thinking about it.
That feels a little better. The bed is actually
Okay, the
warm.
images are missing. Oh my god, that's back when we...
Print from
Page
SD.
still under development, visit karangar.ca. Yeah, buried underneath the karangar.ca is a really old page. Like, you can tell I designed it on Claire's homepage. Schmutz.
Called it Felder Carb. Yeah.
Well, I insisted on using .ca for the portfolio
hmm
because people are going to alreadyvisit.com because none of our promos have .ca on it anymore. So they wanted to use .com because that's already printed on everything. They actually asked us which one we wanted to use. Enter the full URL into the Wayback Machine. Hey, Jazzy! I am doing it on a desktop, not a phone. Okay. Well, the desktop is kind of out of reach for us right now.
It's way over there. Behind the
Production list,
camera.
props, and sets. So let's see when this one... That's the almost complete list.
Yeah, up to 2018.
Well, remember, this is the one we rebuilt from the page before that,
Right.
which is buried somewhere. Because there's much more back here
Well,
that...
that's more when we were sitting down with Michael helping us for that one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, so I need to open this in browser. That'll help. That'll definitely help. And I think somewhere in the old archives, if they didn't get left behind. Oh my god, yeah, this was the
Oh, it
chunky one.
works.
This one's got
The
peaks on
printer?
it. Oh my god, this one's got peaks on it. That tells you where...
Oh, yeah, when we were doing Peak Social.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
let's see if this works a little bit better now.
Um,
Yeah, no, the red PLA is not sticking
at all?
to the bed. Not well, anyway. There's
Okay, well,
pieces
stop
there.
it.
Yeah. Just give me one more sec to see what it's doing. Yeah, it's laying down a track, and the track is just curling.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
I'm going to add bookmark.
Canceling print.
Save.
Yes. Yeah.
Close
See what's
browser.
happening in.
Thank you. There are years of links in the archive database. Yeah, I see some stuff. Oh, it works. Hey, Shane.
Not quite.
Links in the archive database. Yeah, that's 2 pages back, that one. That's not the one that wound up with the virus or the hacked or whatever. What are you printing? The HAPS logo, of course. Now you can say you know a guy on the internet. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Guy. No, I don't want to block Guy. I want to put a little heart under Guy. There we go. My grandma's last name is Guy or Guy. Are the 2 brands of PLA from the same company? I don't know.
No, they're not. The red is actually the leftover PLA that he gave us with the printer.
Print
So
bed made of? That's a good question.
what's the print bed made of? It is the Flash Forge. It's built-in heated print bed. So it feels like it's a polypropylene top or something. Or
Well, do we put down tape?
yeah, we could try to put down some tape or a little bit of glue stick.
Which would you like to try first?
Let's try the glue stick.
Let's try the glue stick. If they haven't dried out.
Let's find out. Got a glue stick right here
That's a dollar store glue stick.
with some schmutz on it.
There's schmutz on everything!
Schmutz everywhere.
But my first website in August 1995, so I have a few days doing that stuff. My first website was 1993 with Claris homepage. And then in 2006, I was introduced to Dreamweaver. And then I used Dreamweaver to 2000
Dreamweaver.
and 2003 was the last time I designed a web page.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, because we
Okay,
couldn't
so
afford
that's
the
the
new
approximate
Dreamweaver
area.
and the computer wouldn't talk to it. So yeah, yeah, because that's when we switched from the G3 to G5 or G4 to
Of
G5.
the computers, yeah.
Yeah. So the copy of Dreamweaver we had wouldn't talk to it, and that's when I gave up and let other people design the pages, and that's been a bit of a jinx.
All right,
Have
there
fun.
you go.
3D printing isn't quick. Oh, we know that.
What's that? 3D printing
Isn't quick.
isn't quick? No, not always.
I use glass and cheap hairspray with great results. Glass and cheap hairspray.
Yeah, hairspray or fixative,
Oh God,
workable fixative.
I'm looking at my face in the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Look, licorice teeth. I
Spray
have
nozzle
licorice
made
teeth.
to be different heat temperatures. The spool of PLA may have recommended temperature settings. Well, let's take a look if this.
Well,
I mean, this one has.
on the print driver, it asked what materials. It didn't say
Yeah.
anything about.
This one for PLA says 200 to 230. The other spool that we got from the other guy has nothing on it. It's just plain black unlabeled spool.
Hmm.
Well, let's see if we print again. Let's see what it does. It'll tell us what the yeah, they're going to go up to 200 according to this, which is in the range for PLA.
Thinking. Working on it.
Heating.
Working on it.
Heating. It's heating.
I heat up when I think too.
Me too. Yeah.
Print nozzles. There we go. If you do it right, you can stand in front of one camera, lean to your left in front of the printer, and stick your head face in front of the other camera. Little body, big head.
Oh, little body, big head.
Hi, Don. We know his patterning too. Are you actually trying it?
Like that?
Are you cut off on this
Huh?
camera though?
No,
Reach
I'm
front over?
basically from here down on this
I see.
camera and from here up on the other.
Are you done?
It did kind of work.
Kinda. I
Kind of.
see.
It's
Oh, for the head. Nice.
so we'll see what happens now if
Yeah,
if this
that's right.
works. But what was happening is it was laying the red down, and then the white extruder comes by, and even though they're at the same height, right? The white extruder should just go past the red.
Yeah.
It was actually lifting up the red, picking up the red. So
Okay.
not the way it should happen, but
No, not the way it should happen at all.
always tape a label on the spool with what print settings it likes. Yeah.
Well, again, the red was given to us.
Hmm.
It was given to us by the gentleman we bought it from. He said,
But-
"Here, you can have my leftover spool of this." And
But overall, that's a good idea when you're when you open a box. Let's see what happens. Okay, so far the red stayed down there. Okay.
don't completely lean
It's
into the camera.
globbing.
It's globbing.
It's globbing. It's huge globs. Yeah, I think the. Oh, let's see what happens here.
The red PLA is just too old.
Could be.
Well, let's just let it go. I mean, the red was free.
Yep.
The white we paid for. The red was free.
Yep.
So let's just see what happens.
Yeah, so far. Okay, the white actually smeared away one of the globs.
Well, it cleans itself off on the outer wall anyway.
It
before
does,
starts
yeah,
printing.
it does. So let's see where that glob ends up
So
going
it's gonna clean itself off.
ultimately. That glob. Okay, yeah, that glob just sort of drifted off to one side. So
Does this other camera
should,
make my butt look big? This one does.
I can actually collect that blob right now and get it out of our way. There we go. Blob is gone.
Unfortunately, the one in your head is still intact. Hey, do you want to see how much our ice cream actually melted by putting it in the fridge?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Give me one sec. I just saw where the blob went to, and it's still not in the way, but in the way. You know.
It's not, but it is. But it's you. I swear, you sound like a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, knock it off.
What?
All
It's
right, I'll let it
true.
run. I'll go check the ice cream.
Okay. So remember the ice cream we made the other night? We forgot one of the flavors that was in there. So it became frozen, solid as a rock. So we put it in a large bowl. We put each one of them in a large bowl. The one in the back is yours. And we're hoping it didn't melt too much. And we put it in the fridge. Because we couldn't. It was hard. It was like... Don't forget your ice cream, your homemade ice cream. Don't forget it in the freezer for like a week. Because it just doesn't do well.
It looks like when you freeze a bag of soup.
Said axis adjustment on both heads before printing. The one at work gives both heads set with feeler gauges before each use. They can drift a little when thermal expansion and contraction over time. Hmm. This is also smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's okay. We kind of whipped it up really fast. Well, so far so good.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with that red resin being a bit old.
You know what? Because Martin still has his mic on, you guys can hear him clearer than I can. So what were you saying?
I
One
said
at the
it,
back was
it
yours.
could have a lot to do with the fact that red resin is old.
Yeah.
So it seems to be doing better now.
It's still, wow. It was frozen solid before, guys. Yeah, don't forget your homemade ice cream in the fridge, the freezer. Just don't. Don't,
Pretty
because
much
it,
when you make it, eat it right away.
well, no, you can go a day. We now have freezer burned homemade ice cream. But now you guys get to see the results. Oh, this was the strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Strawberry and peanuts. And I don't remember what else. I think you put more peanuts in yours than mine.
Mm-hmm. It was cold. That's starting to look like what it's supposed to be.
Bed leveling
Mm-hmm.
is a given. We already did that. Ice cream covered in Pez. Okay, we had that, didn't we? We had the discussion. Pez ice cream. Oh yeah, the pieces of strawberry needed to be much smaller because now they're like solid masses of strawberry. Next time, I swear, we put all the ingredients in the little shake blender thing, and we just blend it all up, and then do it.
Yep, puree it first.
Ha ha ha.
Cold.
The color of these bowls make it look gross.
It does, yeah. Oh, like I was saying, it's like when you freeze a bag of soup, right?
Okay.
You end up dropping it in the bowl, and it's the shape of the Ziploc bag
But yeah, the longer it
with
sits in
all
the
the little
freezer,
crinkles and everything.
longer it sits in the freezer, the more crystalline it gets. I think I need a knife.
You need a knife.
Do not hand me an X-Acto knife. Silly bunt.
Brain freeze.
Okay, so,
Oh, more mouth freeze than anything else.
Vince, where'd you go? Oh, right, there's chocolate chips in this, isn't there?
Vince ran away.
Vince! You're supposed to be, like, joining in. Vince! Talk about your dance-off tonight. Vince!
Well, he's probably going to everyone's broadcast tonight.
Brain freeze.
He's probably going to everyone's broadcast tonight and being a good little promoter
I hope
and
so.
trying to gather an audience from everyone.
Well, yeah, but he went from ours to Bannerman, and I haven't seen it popped up, any notification that he's going to anyone else. So if he's going to other people that people were not following, that doesn't, no.
Oh, it could be, yeah. Do you want a knife, you said? Or are you good? Chisel? Knife, chisel? You're good? You figured it out?
I'm just gonna keep beating up on it with the spoon.
That's the way to do it.
So we saw a number of places today, a number of places yesterday, and this is definitely an interesting challenge. I just want somewhere to be.
You notice the hashtag challenge thing?
What? What? I did not, Don.
We did not. We've been a little busy, like, house hunting.
Okay, red eye. Yeah, we've been kind of buried in stressful things. Explain.
Arr. I found a bunch of peanuts. Frozen peanuts.
Yeah.
Looking at tasks, it's worth $50. Oh,
Okay.
if we'd only known that before we started the broadcast tonight.
Hey.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yep. Don't get pissy, Martin.
I'm assuming it's going on for a little while, so. It's cold.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Come on.
Mouth freeze.
Wow. I know.
We really shouldn't be putting food on top of the laser cutter, but
I'm not spilling food. I hope. Okay. Yeah, that's bad form. Don't do that, guys. Okay. Okay. 8 weeks. These ones per week. Have 500 live views. And multi-stream, Twitter, Facebook, etc.
okay.
Well, people, invite your people over here. Come on, someone's got to get on here to talk. Customers such as you have a chance of getting it, so go for it. Well, then I need more people to be here. Guys, share on your broadcast. Share on your ID. Share. And I'm going to see coins and rewards. Broadcaster Street Challenge. Longer than 10 minutes. Well, that's easy. Multi-stream to at least one social distance. That's easy. Receive 500 plus live views, including external views. Ah.
Okay. So from the other platforms, right?
For 8 weeks, $50 added to their account balance. Must be $200 to cash. Yes. Deadline to cash out is January 29th. Oh, deadline to enter is January 29th.
Okay. I was going to say 8 weeks.
0 weeks in a row. Haps challenge to enter. Well, I can fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can fix that. You start dancing and reading. You read,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk between Haps
Jedi
challenge.
Senshi. My sister and brother-in-law took me out and went around discussing, looking at different places where I might move to. Yes, Jedi Senshi is also moving.
Moving to Toronto, honey. Please.
Shared on Facebook already. Thank you, Katie.
Why do I have no tags? Oh, because
Mm-hmm.
I have no tags. Because we tried 3 times the stream.
That's right. So I'm not sure how well you guys can see on the webcam now what the printer is doing. We almost need to have a webcam looking down into the printer, like mounted right on the printer itself.
Nice thing is,
it's looking okay.
nice thing is when you're working from a computer, you can do things like add hashtags after you started.
Watching the broadcast on phone with a headset on the hall table. Dog heard you tapping the plate and freaked out. Nice.
Oh,
Feeding
no.
time?
It is now.
Too expensive? Yeah, there's a lot of expensive places out there right now, Katie. But we've noticed, we've talked to a lot of the landlords, and they're all dropping their prices because of the pandemic. A lot of people are
Toronto.
moving
Toronto.
moving out of Toronto. Come move farther into the city. It's actually ironically cheaper than being out there in Durham. We're finding places that have dropped their prices like 25% just so that they can get somebody in. Thank you, Katrina.
A lot of people are worried about COVID and being so close to the city and everything with COVID going on. So yeah, they're getting out. So landlords are actually saying to us, "So how much do you want to pay?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "What?" Like this great little place we moved into, or we might move into. We haven't decided yet. Is like, what was it? The little bachelor one. It was 2,000 for the 2 bedroom, about
Yeah.
1,000 square feet.
The bachelor one was 1450. It was
Yeah,
like a one-bedroom bachelor apartment,
less than 1,500. Sharon
and
Square.
it's
Thank you, Katrina.
the building again is over 100 years old, and
Yeah.
it's like you walk in the door, it's all marble
Oh,
and
Katrina, if you ever get
wainscoting.
to
It
Canada, let
feels
me
like
know.
walking into an old law office building, right? Um, from the 1800s. And then yeah, the hallways, all the doors are like natural oak and stained and
And the
everything. And
big
the
lions
apartments
out
have
front.
wainscoting. You have these two big lions with shields sort of guarding the entryway of the building. And
1905. The building was built in
yeah.
1905. I mean, it's younger than this one, not by much. Maybe about 10 years. No, well, maybe about 8 years.
Jennifer thought it was a
But it's
chipmunk outside.
properly
Owen the dog.
maintained and made. It was made for, multiple units and people. But the smaller bachelor units have got wall safes, little tiny wall safes.
I wonder if the bigger one did too, and we just didn't notice
Didn't
it.
notice it? It's hidden somewhere?
Hmm.
So it's like, if you can figure out the combination. This is why I think it was a hotel or something.
Pay what you want, if only. Yeah. Well, there's definitely a lot more room for negotiation now than there has been in the past.
That's okay, red eye.
Hmm.
Mm,
In Brampton, yeah.
don't want to move that far from family.
Hmm.
Hospital on Tuesday, that's right. Well, it's the problem is it's not going to be. We're used to that big house in Burnaby. It has problems too, but it's we're gonna have to try to keep thinking small.
Hmm.
But at least this place has walls. The place we're looking at has walls.
Harold, my house, 1896. That's a good age.
Is it really? I guess inside was updated. Yeah, COVID's over with. I swear to God, I am coming to see you. And if you want to come, you can too.
Okay. So we are running well now. The red is holding
Mm,
down.
1858.
Nothing's globbing or crinkling anymore.
This is part of what I love about coming back to Ontario. All these old buildings, and some of them are well maintained, some of them aren't.
Hmm.
But you see, if we decide to go downtown, yeah, we're gonna have to function on smaller space and be careful. And we probably have to find a maker space to be able to make the larger stuff, or someone with a shop that we can use the space in. But but man, look, I mean, a walk from Stormcrow Tavern, a walk from the subway, a walk from, because even in that area it would be a walk from St. Lawrence Market. Okay, what did Martin just read?
Red eye. Lions guarding an estate. Careful what you cross them with. You can get in trouble carrying certain things over state lines. At that time of night when servers start getting a bit twitchy with the broadcast skipping. Oh, are we getting some skipping going on?
Could be my next door neighbors trying to block us. Oh, oh
Do you have a
my.
jamming signal or something?
It was a shame. I painted and stenciled and
Mm-hmm. Try to make this our own home.
yeah, I did it. Got out of my system. Sigh. Super, super sigh.
Oh, it's getting there.
Is it?
Well, layer number one is still working on it. Once it gets into, after layer number, when it gets into layer number three, when it starts doing just the infill, it'll move a lot faster because it doesn't
That's
have
true.
to cover the whole area, right?
That's very true. I think it's kind of cool how it's hollow inside, so to speak. Crisscross, kind of like the inside of a bridge, the underside of a bridge.
Hmm.
And that whole
Hmm.
support system without using up that much material. To err is human.
Uh,
Fix up replacing lathe and plaster, insulation and drywall. Oh, well, yeah, lathe and
mhm.
plaster, like, especially the plaster, just crumbles.
Yeah.
The building's still just as old as it was when it was built, with all its little ghosts and stories. Why are you looking for a new place? Oh, Katrina, you missed that.
Mm.
Well, this is where I drop my voice, because we have neighbors.
Turn up your mic gain.
Um, can you hear me okay? If you can hear me okay, I'm going to stay at this volume. Uh, um, well, that neighbor over there, this place was not properly divided up. That neighbor over there does these like meditation yoga things, which by the way she's not supposed to be doing because of COVID right now, but but if we make anything above a certain decibel or sound while she's doing her thing, she bangs on the wall. She banged on the wall one night. Martin and I were doing the nasty. I mean, give me a break. This one over here is half deaf, but dog sits on and off, and they're dogs that are not well behaved. So we don't get a moment's peace when they're here. So that one says we can't give her a moment's peace. That one doesn't give us a moment's peace. And this one down below, we found out last week that there's no membrane that's been put between the floorboards. So these are the old, late 1800 floorboards, and yeah, a bottle of wine was knocked over by one of our cats and wound up all over her stuff, and the landlord tried to make us pay for it. So when he did that, we did some checking because no, if their building has been shabbily altered to have multiple units in it when this building was not originally designed for that, then it's not our fault that some of the wine got through. So we did some checking and discovered that technically we're living here illegally. This building is zoned as commercial, not work-live, but commercial. And we are paying commercial taxes, and we are paying commercial this and commercial that. Um, yeah, there's no gate or anything on the parking, so people just keep parking there, even though we're spending $100 plus a month on parking fees. Um, yeah, I could keep going. The roll door over by the loading area is rarely locked because it's so bent out of shape. The lock doesn't work anymore. Yeah, they obviously when they bought this place, it was 1996. They bought this place.
Mm. Yeah, 96, 97, something like that.
Yeah. They very quickly put walls up. Most of these walls don't even go completely to the ceiling, we discovered, because there's light from the hallway when we turn off the lights in here. There's light from the hallway that comes from that front wall, which means they can also probably hear us outside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we
Yeah.
can hear conversations in the hallway. They can
Yeah.
hear us for sure.
Yeah, we hear a lot in the hallway. There's this one very large black lady down the way that is very animated on her phone, and she's been told off by the super a number of times because with COVID, the only reason you're supposed to be in the halls is to go from point A to point B. And she's been told to stay in her unit and have her phone calls, but before that, yeah, you heard everything she called people,
Mm-hmm.
and she did not hold back. I mean, I've been angry before where I haven't held back, but this woman seems to be permanently angry. She is not some chill black chick. She is a big angry at the world. Do you know what he said? Yeah. Yeah, time to get
Mm-hmm.
out of there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've invested so much money in here, though, which is the hard part about it. We were expecting to be here for about 2 years, but
Mm-hmm.
no, I mean, we love the tall ceilings, but the novelty is now worn off. We just have to hopefully find some buyers for all of the stuff here. Hey, Chill, you need to buy anything for your place? Because anything we put in, we can take out.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have room for it, where we're going, I'd rather sell it than leave it behind. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. We got to buy a new mattress because we haven't used a bed here in order to gain some extra space.
Every night we fold up the couch.
do it. But it's one of those, yeah, as we're talking to people, they're like, why are you leaving your previous home? Well, we're living there illegally and we didn't know it until a few days ago. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Mm. So the hardest thing, of course, is making an apartment into a working space without interrupting the whole building. Although I doubt we will. It's going to be a different situation than this, especially a building
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
just as old as this one
Well, you notice
and
the place that
is
we're
built
looking
to
at.
be units.
The place we're looking at has no attached neighbors.
Does it?
Maybe the bathroom wall is adjacent to the next apartment, but it's got all outside walls, and the one wall is actually adjacent to the stairway coming up.
I thought there was another unit between, no? Oh.
Between us and the stairway? Nope.
This company owns a lot of small buildings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we may have to do parking in another building, which will be a bit of a challenge, but so we'll be walking a couple blocks home every day.
Mm-hmm.
But
To one of his other buildings.
yeah, he owns like so many buildings. Oh, the company he works for.
Mm-hmm. It's better to leave on our own terms than to be being told to leave in 3 days. Yeah, exactly. I
Also,
mean,
when he showed up to try to get me to pay for the damage we did, I was like, dude, he's like, well, you should have insurance. It's like, yes, it says that on the lease. Well, you're in breach of lease. No, you verbally said to us, no one here does. So let me guess, she does not have insurance.
probably not.
And he just looked at me and he's like, well, you should pay for it. I'm not paying for it. So that's when I did the research and found this out. And technically, we're illegally here, and
Mm-hmm.
this is not a proper division of this building. So
Yeah.
he's technically illegally modified it. And eyes went open, and we said to him, listen, we'll let you know when we're ready to move on. Leave us alone.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like slumlords are not an exclusively American phenomenon. Oh no, I think they exist in pretty much everywhere.
We've had a couple in our life
All
together.
right. Going on to layer two.
What upsets me the most is we're talking a slumlord situation in a historical building, and they never got the certification for this building. If they'd gotten the historical certification, then the historical board would be on it, but the obligations of this building would be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. Because in order to get that grant money, I had to keep a historical building alive. Like, it's old enough to be one. But in
Mm-hmm.
order to get that grant money, you gotta jump through some really nasty hoops.
Mm-hmm. Katrina, what would the fire department say? What the fire department would say about that? Hmm. Who knows?
Well, look, I mean, they apparently come and have inspections because there's sprinklers in one of these units.
Yeah.
But if they knew there's no membrane in the
Mm-hmm.
floor and there's no fireproofing membrane in the walls, somewhere I think some paperwork's been fudged because, I mean, if the unit below us had a fire with or without the sprinklers,
Mm-hmm.
that sucker's going to feed off the oxygen from this unit. This
Yep.
whole thing's going up like a tinderbox.
Yep.
These sprinklers are
Because
not.
it's a completely wooden building, right? I mean, the exterior walls are brick, but everything inside is all wooden post and beam and wooden floors and wooden ceilings and you know, sure it's steel frame drywall with the dividers that they put in between the units, but
If they knew about all these gaps, those sprinklers are not enough to stop a large fire.
yeah.
They are not. So yeah, we didn't want to move again, but looks like we are.
Mm-hmm.
Not happy. Because of course it's expensive to move. And just as we're trying to get our financially back on our feet so we can be the artists we're designed to be, yeah.
No fire stop between floors is a big no-no in Washington for residential.
Well, it's a big
No,
no-no here.
yeah, everywhere.
Even for commercial, this is a
Mm-hmm.
no-no.
That's why a lot of the like this is one of the you know quote unquote legacy live work buildings because it's been around for 20 or more years. Thank you. And but all the newer places like they've turned so many old factories into lofts and they've completely renovated them. You know they've gone in and they've redone the heating systems, so the heating systems are all independent to each unit, the electrical is independent to each unit, and everything's properly sealed, properly done, and that's why these units are going for $3,500–4,000 each for a 1,500 square foot or 1,000 square foot little apartment. Actually, even smaller than that, right? And then
Yeah, that's the other thing. These radiators, there's no individual valves. They've been down more than they've been working. So every time they go down, you know, we freeze in here. And when they suddenly start working, because they're working on them, it's sweltering in here. It's ridiculous. I mean, it would have been fine if these rads are made for none of these walls to exist.
mm-hmm.
These rads are made to heat a whole factory floor, not a divided floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's like the building. There's a building not far from here. It's a similar thing. A lot of artists inside. It's a much smaller historical building, but it's the same age. And the management company that runs that one, took, what was it, 6 months to make sure all their tenants had somewhere else to go within
Mm-hmm.
their little corporation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're discovering. The places that have management companies with multiple
Mm-hmm.
buildings are so much about this. This is
Yeah.
this is two brothers who own this building. And it's a single investment for them. And yeah, they moved everyone out of the building into another building, and they're completely renovated and
Mm-hmm.
re-insulating and
Replacing the windows. Yeah, I see they're
windows that have to
taking.
be replaced. Yeah.
Yeah, I see they're taking that basement. We walk by that building a lot, and there's this like unfinished, like wreck of a basement, and broken concrete and everything, and they're completely gutting that and rebuilding it all down there as well. So it's going to be a lower unit. It's still got windows. You can see it. You can see it in at street level.
Still a beautiful
But
old
yeah,
building.
it's a great old building, and
They,
they're actually taking the care to fix it.
hmm And then what they're supposed to do is when they're done, they're going to give the old tenants the option to move back in at whatever the new price is, or stay in the building that they've gotten comfortable in.
Hmm.
So it's like, it makes sense. So this time around, we're talking to management companies.
Yep.
The nice thing is because of COVID, no one seems to be as hung up on the credit score thing this time,
Yeah.
which makes me happy. Katie, I don't know if you want to like try a little closer to town, like not all the way in.
She had mentioned the comment that she doesn't want to be too far from family.
Yeah, but what's too
So.
far, right?
Hmm.
I mean, Ajax, Whitby,
Hmm. Yeah. Ajax, Pickering.
anything along the GO line, basically commuters. I think Scarborough might be too
Hmm.
far for her.
Hmm.
But yeah, try other places. For places that were 3,000, 4 months ago, are like 2,000 now.
Hmm.
It is pricey in Canada. I know, Katrina, you were saying that you'd love to be up here. We do have our disadvantages. We have a lot of
Hmm.
advantages, but we have a lot of disadvantages too.
Yep.
It is in some ways very expensive. Now, if you're living in Canada and paying everything in Canadian dollars, or making American dollars, you got it made.
Hmm.
You're one of those people we all wish we could be.
Very early stages, says Katie.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, Katie, I'm not 100% sure what Martin and I can do for you, but you just have to ask.
Hmm.
Okay? You just have to ask. So the printer's working on it. I'm hoping
Yep.
everyone is sharing the broadcast, and I'm hoping that everyone can see this. And tonight there's this dance-off on Ukeberry's profile. Martin and I want to do a COVID a car hunger COVID costume contest.
Car hunger, costume, COVID. Yeah, car
Car
hunger,
COVID
COVID costume
contest.
contest. We'll get this right eventually, by October,
If not sooner,
if not sooner.
because COVID.
Hmm.
But I would love to get a third judge because, because if Martin and I, everyone can scream by us. They do that sometimes. And I want to get another sponsor. And someone who does something like hats or I don't know, something costumey instead of proppy like we do. and we're going to make an award for it. And the biggest rule is going to be at least 80% of your costume has to be stuff you found at home. Like prom dress princess, or you know, bed sheet superhero.
Easy for you to say, yeah. Car Hunger COVID costume contest. Hey, I did it.
4 C's.
4 C's. With a little H hiding in there somewhere, just because, this guy.
What? Car hunger's one word.
Oh, okay.
The point is 4 C's.
That's why we capitalize both.
4 C's.
4 C's, I know. Well, we should do a logo
Well, for the costume contest?
for the costume contest.
Well, we have to do an award.
Mm-hmm.
We want to design an award.
We need a mascot.
On the cutter.
We need a mascot
We need
for
a
this.
mascot. What, the COVID virus with a little superhero cape on it?
Yes. No, that's got to be a super villain, though, right?
Oh, okay.
Because it's the virus. Like the Doc Ock tentacles or something coming off of the back of it. Too much?
Just a little too much.
So you have two machines, one on each camera. Oh no, the one that you're seeing like right here behind me is the same one that you're seeing over here.
What do we mean? Oh, the printer.
There are two printers now.
COVID cats.
COVID cats. Yep, these
really
are
fast.
this
Oh my
one
God.
and this one are the same machine.
Car hunger COVID costume contest. 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 Car hunger COVID costume. Car hunger COVID costume. That's 6. I can probably keep going. Okay, apparently I can. 5 times. Ah.
May actually, even though we're getting a little warm, we may have to close that window because cold air is blowing in.
Yeah. Thankfully, that's PLA and not.
Yeah, I mean, temperature inside's feeling pretty good and stable. Like it's nice and warm inside the chamber.
What draft?
What's under the right elbow? Oh, you mean this? Well, that's
That's the
the
cutter.
laser. That's the laser cutter, right? So we have the laser cutter and we have the 3D printer. So yes, two machines. Just
they're
we're not
two
working
different
with the
things.
laser cutter today. Yeah, they do two completely different things.
Go get the wood.
One cuts things and one builds
Go get the wood.
things. Hold on, you're asking me to get wood? But we're not that kind of broadcast. See, that's what we did with laser cutter. What, a week and a half ago? 2 weeks ago?
I don't remember now. It's all blur.
Well, here, let me put it more in focus.
Ah.
And we're doing something very similar to this, a little bit smaller, on the 3D printer.
There. Ha. But yeah, this is a Dremel laser cutter. It's Digilab, but it's again, it's a little different working with a smaller machine when you're used to the big industrial heavy duty one, and then you got to go back to the smaller one. People are like, "Oh, you don't know your machines." It's like, we do, but what we know is not. It's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. This one's water cooled. This cutter is water cooled instead of the larger one, which we have in a friend's garage, which is air cooled. So it's really noisy when it starts up. It's much noisier than this one is, and the fan just goes at it. What are you using for your 3D design software? We are using the Print Lab that actually is designed for the FlashForge. Yeah, I think you don't need your mic off to pour water. I see. Okay, thank you. You want to turn your, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the ones you just download from the page. It's funny because we did all this research, and right there is the answer. But we had to use the computer. We couldn't find anything that would work with the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
That became the problem. I almost tripped on the cat tree.
So yeah, the software on this one, what's called Flash Print,
Something like that.
and the CAD design, the CAD app that we've been playing around with to actually do the 3D modeling is Shaper 3D.
which we really like. It's fairly
Mm-hmm.
simple. It's nothing fancy.
It's one of the least expensive ones that's available for the iPad, and I heard they're working on an OS X version, a Mac OS version as well, and
Okay.
a Windows version.
We don't care about the Windows version.
Well,
That's
for anyone
that's.
that's out there,
Oh,
they might
okay.
might be interested. Right? But of like the three or four big starter apps, it's probably the least expensive.
Yeah, which is really
Hmm.
important to us right now. That's always been the hardest thing about working for productions, and then not working for productions all of a sudden is that whole, um, you know, everything was bought for us, and then suddenly
Hmm.
it's not. Now, I don't remember how thick we made this. We made it pretty thin. We didn't want to make it
Well,
too thin.
I think the base is about 4 millimeters thick.
Ah,
That's where
yes.
we did the slice, right? So next layer is starting because it's working on the wall.
Now, the wall, for those who don't know, is basically the nozzle is kind of cleaning itself off by creating a wall outside of the actual project. So you wind up with this piece that just basically sits outside the project, and it winds up being a little wall.
Use AutoCAD or Fusion 360. Starting to play with Blender. Yeah, Fusion 360 actually. I don't think there's a version of it
Not all of you. I'm
for
sorry,
the.
Katrina.
I don't think there's a version of Fusion 360 for the iPad. That's what we were using last uh, last year when we worked on those wristbands for Star Trek.
Yes,
That was Fusion 360 on the laptop, the laptop that died.
after the
But
yeah.
the subscription for Fusion 360 is way more than the one for Shaper 3D. And yeah, we're going to look at that, trying to figure out the whole, getting around the subscription fees. But we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, that's the trick. Now, if we suddenly got a huge contract, that would cover all this,
DJ.
then that's great. I mean, we're not going to say no. But it's really hard on our brains because we'd gotten so spoiled with the productions and we'd gotten so spoiled with, the house. And the house had mold and stuff, but we tolerated through it. We saw a place today, actually, which wasn't that different in size than the house that we had in
Mm-hmm.
Burnaby. And we were so tempted. But once we got like a close look, we really went through it with a fine tooth comb, and it was a really good price. But yeah, once we started noticing, like we now know what to look for,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw like the stain signs and all that stuff, and the water leakage and the brick outside, the paint was coming off, and
Mm-hmm.
just like okay, and the basement smelled like mold.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know
Yeah, when
what?
you go in the basement, all the bricks and mortar, there's that white lime crust all over it, and it's like, no, there's definitely some moisture issues down here.
So we basically went, you know what? It's a great price for the size, and we would really love to get rid of the storage lockers and have everything once again on one property. But man, I really don't want my health to go bad again. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't want the one cat's got asthma because of the mold at the other place. It's like, no, so we turned it down. And part of me is just like, oh, damn. But we've got to be patient. It's hard when you've
Mm-hmm.
been doing something for so long and you just want to keep going and you're not in a position to do so. These things happen. You
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to accept it. So there you are, and you're just like your brain's trying to figure it all out. Man, it's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not impossible. It's just not impossible. Everyone, if you can share again, that would be great. You don't want that, no. And Katrina, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's it's amazing with all the experiences Martin and I have had that we think so differently now, but there's still this piece of us that wants to do it. We just want to go through it again. We can do it this time. We can do it this
Mm-hmm.
time. This time will be different. We'll just do this and do that.
Mm-hmm.
No. No, we'd spend
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much time trying to keep up with the mold and so that we don't get sick again
Mm-hmm.
that it was just, no.
Yep.
No, it's not worth it.
Fusion 360, good luck. Fusion 360 has been changing over the past year and has been changing the free version and stripping it down.
Yes, TJ,
You
3D
want to
printing.
pay for it as a subscription. Yeah, there are other alternatives to Fusion 360. Yeah, there are. The one we're looking at right now is Shaper 3D, and it seems to be getting some pretty good reviews. We've tried it out. It's very intuitive. It's
Thank you,
it's quite
Katrina.
easy to use on an iPad Pro with a pencil, which is our preferred device at this point.
Maker license. Is it only for Americans, though? Direct CNC output.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of the CAD programs won't have direct CNC output. You have to go into a CAM program. So like we were using, might still be able to get a copy of it somewhere, something called Gibbs CAM. So to do something in SolidWorks back in the day, back when we were actually working for shops, we'd draw something up in SolidWorks and then we would import that into Gibbs CAM or export that into Gibbs CAM and
Blenders is pretty cool, yeah.
use that to actually break down a model and set up the tooling and the machining and all the operations.
Yeah, Katrina, I have a
So
lot of problems with mold as well. Martin, not so much, but
yeah.
I've always had some problems with molds. And when, it was a real eye opener when one of the cats wound up with asthma because of molds.
Hmm.
So, and it's black mold that we were breathing in back in Burnaby. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Blender's one of those more organic modelers, right? It's almost like 3D sculpting on the computer, and we're looking at a couple of different options for that as well, because there's a lot of chance for organic stuff that we would be doing too, and combining the organic with the parametric of something like Shaper 3D. We're basically back to what we were doing when we were working for other shops, just with maybe slightly simpler software.
Yeah, it's weird because you wouldn't think it would be harder to simplify things, but it actually is turning out to be harder to simplify things.
A little hexagon grid going on in there now.
Is there?
Yep.
Yay! Oh, yes, there is. Look at that. Look at that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So basically, it's doing a honeycomb, so to speak, a hexagon honeycomb inside so it doesn't waste material. It also makes the print faster. So when you got a void like that, it just fills it inside in that way instead of making it a solid block.
Yeah. Spark Design and all3dp.com. Okay.
Screen cap.
Hmm? Okay. Actually, I'll just make a note of it. Where's my phone?
Gee, in less time I made a screen cap.
Screen cap that will disappear somewhere in the device and never be seen again.
No, it won't.
Yippee for hex infill.
I'll show you these fusion and input. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See you later, Katie. Please take care of yourself.
Well, that's
Stay safe. Stay in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Katie? We love you,
Good
honey.
luck. Mm-hmm.
If we were there, we'd hug you. I know, COVID. But, I can dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, honey?
So,
Everyone say goodbye to Katie.
hi, Katie.
Jedi Senshi.
Yeah. And yeah, use fusion and output the slicer. It's pretty much what we did with this Shaper 3D, right? We drew the HAPS logo, and then we airdropped it to the from the iPad to the.
Doesn't have to be out that far.
I keep dunking in my glass. So then we airdropped it from the iPad to the desktop to the Mac Pro, and then dropped that into the Flashprint software.
Do you need a straw?
Do I need a thwaw? I don't need a thwaw.
God, you have issues.
Yep.
Water went down the wrong pipe.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Now, does it say, if we go back, should be a monitor. No, that is a monitor. Okay.
This is actually a pretty quiet
Well,
machine.
it says it's 23% of the way done, so it's a quarter of the way done. It is a quiet machine. The MakerBot that we had a couple of summers ago that we borrowed to do that Star Trek job was actually quite lyrical when it printed. We had it printing overnight at one point, and it was in the living room, and we were asleep. And all you could hear from the living room was.
Oh my God! That thing drove me nuts. That thing drove me absolutely nuts. What are you drinking? Just water.
Just
Honestly,
water.
Jazzy.
Those novelty store birds that drinks the water.
You look like you're about to throw up in it.
Actually, it's better from this angle, right?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Like one of
My
those novelty
purchasing's
store
like that,
persons.
yeah.
Okay. My purchasing's like that, yeah. Running now also. Nice, TJ.
Hey, Anchorman. Hey,
Hey,
VJ. How are you?
Anchorman. Short trip.
Take a long walk off Short Pier.
Yeah. Except if you did that, I'd pull you back.
Would you?
Yeah, because if you fell in that water and died, someone would blame me.
Oh, you'd be suspect number one, would you?
Yes. Oh,
Feels like
come on.
watching Alien. Yeah,
What?
really.
Oh, look at it swerve back and forth. Woo!
How does it know where to go? All right.
What do you mean?
Mathematics. G code.
It's like when I texture things, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, what are you texting me?
No, texture.
How are we? We're doing okay. We're
Apparently,
a little
yeah,
punchy right now.
it's just, no, I
We
swear
had
it's just water.
it's just water, but we're a little punchy right now. We had a very long day of running around looking at places, and now getting the 3D printer up and running, discovering that the red filament that we got with
Yes,
the
Joe,
printer
you do know it so
is
well.
getting to the end of its life.
TJ, we are using an SD card because the computer is on the other side of the room. We attempted to find an appropriate app in order to run the file, slice the file, and from an iPad, and that is not happening.
No.
So we can't run a cable across the room. So we are running it from the computer from a SD card. So we're saving the file and then putting the SD card in the machine.
Yep.
Memory cards, that's right. And we said if anyone's got any old 4 gig memory cards they're not using anymore, we'll take them. Little SD cards, we'll take
Yep.
them. Not micro
Yep.
SD, just SD. Texture things.
It's not that good.
Nah, you got to get it right.
We're
It's not that kind of broadcast. You married him. That's true. That's
I
true.
wore her down.
What?
I sometimes
Sorry?
feel we're in the Big Bang Theory, and I'm Leonard and you're Penny.
I think I'm smarter than Penny.
You're way smarter than Penny.
Well, then what's
Well,
your
she's pretty
problem?
smart too. You know, she
Well, hold
just
on,
didn't
hold on.
let it show, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at her
sure.
towards the end of the show, right?
Are you done?
Yes.
I don't know if you're insulting me or complimenting me.
Yes.
Because I never went for the same guys that she went for.
No, that's true.
I didn't have to change my mind.
Oh God.
Although there's a few of them that were pretty borderline that.
hmm
But that's another story altogether. Hell, you were, no, oof, yeah. Oof. How about you, the girlfriends
What?
before me? Skating little small town Prisses with more money from daddy than they knew what to do with.
One of them was, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. How the hell did you fall for her?
Don't know.
What is it with you guys? It's like you're like a completely different creature as you get older. But then again, women, our hormones suddenly drop. Ugh, like bricks.
We all make decisions. That's true. TJ,
I try not to.
you will want to get a Raspberry Pi and run Octoprint or AstroPrint to control your printer remotely. I heard about that. Yeah. But I mean, so far we're good with this the way it is. You know, I think doing something like Octoprint or something, we have a little bit more control over setting all the, leveling and all that sort of stuff because there's no option of being able to do that from the SD card. But so far, so good.
We'll go like this for a little while.
Mhm.
We're taking it one step at a time, and it looks like
Mhm.
we might be moving again.
Yeah. If we're moving
So,
again, then the entire arrangement might change. You
Yeah.
know, so
The computer might wind up right next to it,
who knows?
and then that'll be a whole different story. But then we got to invest in a computer with more memory because we're having troubles with that too.
Anchorman
Computer needs a
doing
huge
okay.
cleanup.
Good to hear, Anchorman.
Good.
Good to hear.
Good. So everyone, remember to share on your respective profiles, whether you're looking at us from Facebook, Periscope, you can't share on Periscope, that's right, Twitter, Instagram. I'm falling in love with TikTok, by the way, you've all been warned. I'm falling in love with TikTok. I promised myself I would not fall in love with any more apps, and whoops, did it again.
Run AstroPrint and it makes life so much better.
AstroPrint. Here, hold.
Here. Yeah.
Got?
Yep.
Screen cap. That's how I make notes. Screen cap. To an extent with Octoprint. I played with it for a while and decided that I wanted the max reliability.
Max reliability.
Well, right now it's a matter of
That's
learning this particular machine, you know.
That'd be a great secret agent name.
What?
Max reliability.
Max reliability.
He's always there when you need him. So I go
Max
straight from the SD. So you're back to using just the SD, right? Red Eye.
Yeah, the SD seems to be simple for what we're doing.
Hmm.
Of course, we're going to do more and more complicated designs, but because we're sitting here talking to you guys on a HAPS, we wanted to make sure we did the HAPS logo first. And it is working its little buns off.
Injectors off.
Injectors off. No, that sounds rude too. We just can't avoid it, can we?
I know.
What is it, buds off?
Buds off.
Buds off? Working your buds off?
Yeah.
Hey, we should do a 3D print of the apartment that we're thinking of moving into, and then like little teeny 3D prints of all our
A little
furniture.
furniture, like a little play set.
See if everything will fit.
Right. Just stop by to say hello to you.
Hi,
Awesome.
Anchorman!
The auto caption is hilarious.
The auto
Oh,
caption? Oh
are you
no.
watching? You're watching through Facebook?
Yes, it looks like he's
Yeah.
watching through Facebook.
Yeah, looks that way.
Hello to the Anchorman. Or y'all can call. I would call y'all and to help ya, or y'all can call. That's actually hard to
Y'all can
say.
call.
That's really hard to say, TJ. Oh my god. Call isn't on the
Yeah.
phone, or? Everyone say hi to each other. Yay!
Hello.
There's much rejoicing. If anyone wants to get on, I have to go back to the computer to do it,
Mhm.
but we can do it.
Mhm.
Oak Harbor. Yes. That's right, Dawn is in Oak Harbor. The rain in Spain falls
Falls
mainly
mainly
on
in
the
the plain.
plains.
There's an invite. There.
Well, there is, but I wanted to. I guess that means he's. Oh, he is on apps.
Yes.
Yay, TJ. I mean, at this point, it's a matter of just seeing how this turns out. Because, yeah, this is so different from what we were using before. Hello, hard to say, tongue twister. We did our best.
Yep.
I would call y'all and help y'all, or y'all can. Whoa! So here's the latest section of a pirate ship. I am 3D printing. Total print time for this section:
One day, 22
hours.
It's
How
almost
big
a
is
full
this
day,
pirate
full
ship?
2 day print. And you're using the why does it keep going out of my head?
Come on, Martin.
The that one, that printer.
Oh, oh, poor Martin. Poor Martin.
Jazzy's asking how come no one's on your Periscope. 'Cause I don't think there's anyone on Periscope anymore.
Yeah,
Actually,
really.
most of our Periscope followers are here on
I
Haps
know in
now.
apps,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're on
Yeah.
Facebook. Got
Which is how it
naked
should
and took
be.
a shower. Now I'm on Haps. You got naked on Facebook? Really?
Ooh. And I missed it? Dawn. I mean, we may not be that kind of broadcast, but
We're earplugged so
don't
it
let
won't
you
run
stop
out.
it. I'm sorry. I still got a vision of Dawn naked on Facebook
On Facebook with his bagpipes.
with his bagpipes.
Wait a minute, that's not a drone. Sorry.
Oh, Martin, that was mean.
I know.
To me, not him. What?
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 Nothing.
Chicken butt.
Reindeer butt.
Reindeer butt. We didn't do that this year.
Senior moment.
We have a few of them. Beep. Ah, yes, the kilts are in the house, right?
Actually, all 3 of them.
Yep.
Actually, we're missing one of 4 kills.
What?
Well, we're missing Bjorn.
Oh, we're missing Bjorn. And Red. We haven't gotten
And
Red
Red.
on Haps
Oh,
yet.
we haven't gotten Red on. Yeah.
Have to get Red on Haps.
Like that
Although it'll
Portland
probably
guy
scare
with the
him.
unicycle and the Vader mask. Yes, the
Oh, yeah.
Unipiper.
Unipiper.
Apparently, there was photos of him shoveling his driveway with on the unicycle with the
Really?
Vader mask and the kilt. Yeah. I don't know how he gets traction to do that.
His neighbors must love him. His
Oh,
neighbors
no.
must love him.
Keeping Portland weird.
Come on, it's a setup shot. You know that.
You know it is, yeah.
So far, so good. Oh God, that
So
was
far, so good.
hysterical. I'm sorry. Me and yeah.
You and kilts. Something about kilts. She still wants to see me in a kilt.
Yes, I do. Well, what was it? The window cleaning service,
Oh,
Men in Kilts or something like
men
that.
in kilts, yeah,
Yeah,
in Vancouver.
yeah. Well, Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's a window cleaning service that all their staff wears kilts.
And they go
So
up
they go
ladders
up.
to clean
Yep,
windows.
they go up 20, 30 floors with their kilts, and yeah, clean windows. And every year they were part of the Stevenson Parade on Canada Day, and every year Charity had to find them. You had to stand there and go,
There was a guy in BC in the film industry who was he was a grip,
mm,
and he was specifically asked by productions, please do not wear your kilt to work
mm-hmm,
because he'd go up ladders and he wore his kilt regimental. So
mm-hmm,
it was not a sight to see for anyone below him on the ladder.
mm-mm. It's kind of
I can
reverse
you lend
harassment,
me a kilt?
Yeah. Chill, you got one that fits him? Oh my God, Harold, do you have an Anderson? If you have an Anderson, I am just and it'll fit Martin.
I just need to wrap it tighter,
You
right?
just
It's just
never ever 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 gonna stop being my friend. Never. Oh my
not that
God.
there was an issue or a question of that either way, but
This is true. I think you're stuck with me forever, man. You
sorry,
really are.
I have told you, but one, you're not that kind of broadcast, and two, you were already busy, and three, this is Haps, not OnlyFans.
What kind of fan? Did you make it?
Did we
Did we
make
make
what?
what?
What? What did we make? Or where did we make it to?
Or are we talking about survival? Because, yeah. I gotta drink my water.
Drink your water. That's it. Just drink your water.
Air. It is just water, right?
Just water.
It is just water.
Nothing
There's
but
nothing
water.
else in there. It's
Nothing but
just
water.
water.
Just water.
Okay.
The sign. Oh,
Okay.
the sign? Yep.
Yes,
We laser cut that on our Dremel Digi Lab here.
that was the first thing we did on it. Because we did it on air. How long? That was a couple weeks ago.
It was about 2 weeks ago that we
Yeah.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of the shops we were working at had some leftover wood, so they asked if we wanted to bring some home. So it's a scrap piece, and we turned it into something. And we did this one, and we did where's the little tiny one? And we did baby haps. Haps and not only fans.
This
Oh, a
is
good one.
this is me pouring water.
So
This is not
that's the big
doing
one,
anything but pouring
and
water.
that's the little baby one. And at that broadcast, I started, singing baby haps, 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 baby haps, haps, baby haps, 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 baby haps, and Martin and I both cried.
Yes, we did.
I just repeated it. The moose knuckle can be distracting to the ladies. What is so fascinating about something that on a cold day resembles the last chicken left on the rack? You got that right. You made little tiny haps. See, this is what I wanted to do too, and I might actually still do it. Make these could be business cards,
Yeah.
and it would cost a lot less than getting a company to do it. McLaren, McDonald, Cunningham, Irish National, and soon Western Celtic. At the moment, sorry. No Anderson.
Hmm.
See, Anderson is so much more common than Kerr, because Kerr is technically car. Damn. I'm not sure you'd look good in a Kerr.
Oh no.
Because Anderson's all the blues and greens, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Kerr is like
Kerr's all reds.
red and yellow.
Yeah.
Very autumn-like.
Mm-hmm.
You might look good in the McDonald.
Mm-hmm. McDonald.
Yeah, maybe. I will get you in a kilt before you die. I swear. If I don't get you into one before you die, I'm going to bury you in one.
Bury me in a kilt?
Yeah, just to confuse people.
So you'll have me kilt so you can bury me in a kilt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You said it, not me. I'm just agreeing. Why? Yeah. Notice how quickly he checks the print after he suggests that
Oh,
I
look, a
kill him.
printer.
Oh, look, a printer.
How's it doing? Is it actually printing any filament?
A message on
Yes,
Twitter.
it is.
All right. What?
Uh, we've ended up with a couple of little weird voids, but it is printing the first of the top outer layer of the red. And I'm hoping that we may have a bit of a cave in at one point just because I think the red's old, but
Here,
it's
hold
good
that.
proof of concept.
Hold that. On Twitter, huh? Twitter! And folks, please keep an eye on our HAPS profile for the
Sure.
car hunger, costume, COVID costume contest.
Car Hunger COVID costume contest. He needs German heritage from USA kilts. That's right, the German heritage kilt.
Oh, yeah.
They call him that because of what happened to the last person to call it a skirt. He was killed.
Ha ha ha. But I'm ching. Okay, what profile am I on now? The, oh, I'm on the wrong profile again.
Oh,
Why does my Twitter keep leaving my... Oh. Everything is going weird with my Twitter. I gotta do this so you guys can't see the password. Guess that would be bad. Well, I don't know. It's just my Twitter.
it's
Log
also
in.
so small I don't think you'd be able to see it
I don't know.
anyway. Whole joke, but true. We had them killed. There, put that back.
Oh, you meant phone number. Cool.
There we go. All right.
Well, we'll let you know if we get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good. It's not exactly the same 3D printing, when we're for productions because it's a much smaller 3D printer.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we can only really call long distance without getting charged a ton of money from one phone. So, yeah, and it's on our cell phones. So, we will see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use Apple, TJ? Like, are you an iPhone user? Because things like FaceTime is a free thing. I don't mind. Okay. Okie dokie. Am I duty good to okay. That's what you sound like. I gotta
I
set a
don't
day
get
and time.
charged. I use Ting. Ting.
You don't get charged. Oh, jeez. I should send you our phone number at some point.
Can you get a call us? Yeah. When we just send you a message on yeah.
Under your kilt, shoes, and socks. Nice. Don't use Apple. Darn. Ever kissed on a tweet? You might get chirpies.
It's a canarial disease that is tweetable.
That's nice. That's nice. Shoot. So 500 viewers per broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone share.
Across platforms too. So
Everyone share. Everyone share.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's some serious stuff, man. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Um, honey, I
Mm-hmm.
thought I could hold myself.
Oh yeah.
And
I have to entertain them for a bit.
you have to entertain them for a bit.
Turn your mic off.
Oh yeah.
Turn your mic off.
Excuse me, folks. Entertain them.
Uh-huh.
Don't get boring.
Do.
My mic is actually getting
I'm
warm.
either smelling a skunk or something that's not a skunk out there.
I haven't gone yet.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean something wafting in from outside, from the alleyway.
Oh.
Never kissed.
Oh.
I can call you. Ting is a Canadian mobile company that works in
All
the
right, now I'm
USA.
gonna turn my mic
Okay.
off.
Never actually heard of it. But yeah, it gives the next few days are going to be a little bit hectic. Tonight after the broadcast, we're going to sit down with all the notes from the places that we've looked at and try and narrow it down to our, our best pick. We have one that we're going to look at tomorrow afternoon, but we may, if we decide. Oh shucks, we may decide that we're just gonna forego all that and try and go for the one that we've been kind of eyeing already. How many asparagus did she eat? That's, that actually wasn't coming. The smell I was referring to is coming from like in through the window from the alleyway. Either someone's having rolled a big one down there, or the skunk has gone by and been agitated by someone. What kind of filament are we using? We are using PLA. The red that we're printing right now is from the PLA that was the last spool that, or the leftover spool that the guy gave us when we bought the printer. So we did have some issues. The first couple of few feet of it was kind of damaged and breaking and falling apart. So far this print, this is the first actual. This is the literally the first print we've done with this 3D printer. It's been sitting here since October, maybe, when we went down to St. Catharines to pick it up, October, November. And we finally had a chance to actually do something with it and get the right slicer set up and everything. But the red spool is he gave it to us, so it's a leftover spool. It's it needs a bit of reviving, but so far so good. Once we got through all the breaks in the first few feet, like we spooled it off and just tested it for breaks, and refed it, and it seems to be good. And then the white, we're doing the HAPS logo, so we got the red for the background, and then we'll do the HAPS lettering in white on top of that with the next with the second extruder. The white's a brand new spool we picked up today, so after this print, it's probably going to get coiled back up again and tossed in a bag with a couple of packs of desiccant. PLA, okay, cool. I don't think it was absorbing too much water. Yeah, and like I said, it's sitting around, and we didn't actually even think of bagging that spool because we didn't think we'd actually be using it. Our hope is to go mostly to printing in ABS. It's got a lot of a lot more dimensional instabilities, but we're so used to working with ABS in sheet form and molding and vacuum forming and that sort of thing. So um, we'll see how things go. How long does it take? The printer. The when we did the slice, it estimated this at being about an hour and a half print. So, and we haven't played around with the settings, like how fast can we push this printer? It's running at about, uh, was it, is it 60 inches per minute or 60 millimeters per second? I can't remember where that breaks down. But it says it's 56% of the way done. It's been running for a little over an hour now, I think. So, or no, a little under an hour. So should be probably in around an hour and a half, and it's printing about around a quarter of an inch thick overall, and about you know that size, similar in size to the little logo, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So technically that's a little bit on the slow side. We can probably push this printer a lot faster than that. Once we get get a few little test prints done on it, we can start testing the parameters and testing what its limits are. Dry boxes are a must for up there in Canada. There's more moisture in the air. Yeah. Well, and Toronto gets pretty humid in the summertime, and it's super dry right now in the winter. Like we're electrocuting the cats on a regular basis. We throw a wool blanket on the bed, and if the lights are out, we shift the wool blanket, and all you see is these little thunderstorms going on, and little sparks and everything. So it's pretty dry right now. But yeah, getting them into some bags, Ziploc bags with some desiccant is good. Read an article a couple of days ago that those plastic cereal boxes that you can get, with the little flip top lids, are actually really good for storing printer filament. Drop a few desiccant packs in there with your filament, and it'll keep it good. It's nice and stores on the shelf. You can see what's inside each one. So definitely something we'll have to look into once we get a little bit more organized. I mean, right now our filament, can't see it. I think it's just out of frame. We've got 4 packs of ABS filament down there that we picked up. They're still sealed in their bags. They haven't been opened or touched yet. So, and when we start getting into projects like we want to take the prototype of the wing mechanism pack that we did for the butterfly style wings with the servo mounts and everything, we want to model that up in 3D and actually 3D print that so that it's a single, compact unit that we can just basically just drop the servos in, a couple of bolts, drop the electronics into, assemble it, put some straps on it, and it's ready to go. and things like components for lightsabers, props for different shows. We started getting back into doing some commission work, even doing some custom work for cosplayers, for basically anybody that wants something 3D printed. But then we'll start getting into more materials and the storage, better storage, and all that sort of thing. So, we call them dry boxes. I also use storage bins to help keep my filaments dry. Yeah, like at the shop we were working at, the filaments were all kept in big storage bins, so you had just row after row of spools of the different colors and materials. And we didn't use a lot of different colors then. We had
A lot of
black,
spray painting.
we had gray, and we had I think we had white occasionally. But yeah, most of the time we were printing something, doing sanding and filling on it, and then spray painting it whatever color it needed to be, and it
The
was ready to
joy of
go.
spray paint.
And then the other printer that did the form deposition, or the basically the inkjet printer, spray layer and cure it, spray layer and cure it. That was all more or less gray material, and the occasional we can print in clear. We actually print in such clear material that we could make usable optics
Yes.
out of that
I'm
by
responding to
with
Harold.
polishing. So yeah.
Found a newspaper article from the Hudson Bay.
Oh my
Bravo!
God!
First aid
First
class.
aid
PM
class,
me your new
nice.
address so I can send it to you. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And for ABS, make sure you have ventilation for the fumes. Yeah. Instead of ABS, I print PEPG instead of ABS. Yeah, TJ Red Eye, who's watching on the broadcast as well. He works in PETG a lot. We worked with Chic PETG, like
I
the.
was seeing that with TJ here, the air up there in Canada, in British Columbia, yes, much more than
Mhm.
in here
Than
in
here in
Ontario.
Toronto. Yeah. I was saying the summers in Ontario are pretty humid, but the winters can be pretty dry. Like right now, we electrocute the cats on a regular basis.
How many asparagus did she eat? I can see you, Red Eye. He went before we went to air. Okay. Ting is a Canadian mobile company that works in the U.S. That I
What's
did
that?
not know. Martin missed that comment apparently.
Which
Ting is TJ. Ting is
Ting?
a.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that comment.
Okay, fine.
I responded to it. I've been good. I've been entertaining and engaging.
I'm now the bodiless voice.
Clear natural PLA. It's fun to print with. Yeah,
Oh
we've got
yeah.
a translucent one here too. Yeah.
The ABS ventilation, yes, it's a huge
Hmm.
deal, especially when we cut it. The laser cutter that Martin's presently leaning on, we are never going to cut. Well, we may once or twice if we have to.
Yeah.
But the large laser cutter, we cut ABS all the time, and yes, the exhaustion
Mm.
must be, pretty
Yeah.
extreme for it in order to get the air out and the fumes out. It can be toxic, can make you sick. And one time during Stargate, we were in there. Martin and I were doing some after-hour stuff, and the exhaust system kind of stopped working all of a sudden, and we wound up with a cloud of toxic fumes.
Uh,
We had to turn everything
Horrible.
off and then get out of the building as quickly as possible, and just kind of let it air out. It was quite a disaster. Um, but we're kind of happy that it happened after hours. It was just Martin and I in there,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to during the day with everyone still in there, working on stuff. Yes, ABS is pretty nasty. But we've got a huge exhaust fan thing hooked up for when we do ABS. Clear natural PLA is fun to play. Yeah, I want to try the semi-transparent because I want to try I want to try Maleficent Staff. The top of it is a
The
print,
orb. Yeah.
and try it differently. Now I'm partially over here at the computer doing this because I just turned the volume up a bit so I can hear if I invite someone on, um, whether or not I can hear them. And so Martin is not right next to the machine. I
Mhm.
am. And I was wondering, can you guys really, can you hear that? Whoopsie, I made a boo-boo.
Oh,
I did. I did.
she
Why
boo
is,
booed.
I don't know why that did that. I, one,
What's going on?
two,
Where are we?
nothing, I just accidentally clicked on something, okay?
Okay.
Accidentally, oh,
We'll send you a
oh,
picture of my prints
oh,
I have this
oh,
week. Oh, okay.
oh, there we go.
Oh. Hey, we have a Vince on.
Hello, my beautiful people.
We have a Vince on. How are you psyched up for tonight?
I'm
I
good.
am
Missing a
I
second season
am pretty
stations.
amped up. I'm pretty amped up.
Yeah. You ready to rock and roll?
I'm almost ready. I'm just getting
What?
my adrenaline started.
Turn the iPad around. Just getting your adrenaline started?
Yeah, doing pre dance warm ups.
You,
So how you
So,
been,
pre-dance warm.
Christine and Martin?
what am I
Do
turning
you know
around?
what song you're using?
Just
Do you like
just
The iPad.
turn the whole.
Hoops in the Heart?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Martin's gonna turn the iPad around so everyone can still watch the printer print, but I can see
Yeah,
here at the computer where I can hear you.
limited space here to
How's
do
it going,
so.
TJ?
So, any secrets? Any secret moves that we should all be aware
Oh,
of?
the dance off. Very nice, folks. While I rotate.
I only shown half of my repertoire. I'm sending the
I
other half of there.
ah. There we go. There you go. Now we
Okay.
can see each other.
It's a bit high, but
That's okay.
we
That's
need
okay.
we need better cameras.
Nice. So, no major secret moves that we should know anything about.
Nope.
But oh, any special stretches?
Already stretched.
You already stretched.
Already stretched. I'm limbered up now.
Nice, nice. We're gonna do our best to be there to support you. And if anyone else here has got, when we're off air and you want to go somewhere, it's Yuke's profile, right?
We're on
Yes, it's not.
white,
It's gonna be on
printing the
you very
letters.
soon.
Nice, nice. So they're gonna be on Yuke's very soon, and then you guys are gonna open up the floor for voting, right?
Yeah, in a little bit, a little bit. After my dance, then they vote. After banners, then they vote. They will tally up and we'll see who wins.
Yeah. See, Martin and I used to have two individual profiles plus our combined one, and it was too much to constantly maintain three profiles on every single social media. And if I speak on his
Ah,
behalf, it's
Who or what?
wrong, and he's not allowed to speak on
Likewise.
my
Well,
behalf
likewise. Yeah.
either. So
Oh, look.
we're gonna do our
We're
best
watching
to
comments there,
yeah, we're watching comments
so
there.
I can turn the
Um,
comments off and we
oh, you
can
can leave
actually
them
see
there.
ourselves there. Yeah, okay.
But you can turn it that you see you can turn it that way because you don't
I
see me.
appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.
Oh, they. Oh, okay. I'm off. I'm totally out
Yes,
of.
the dance legend.
I turn it. Sort of turn it a little more this way. Okay.
Nice,
Guzmanado to
nice.
the dance legend. Guzmanado, the dance legend.
Yeah, actually,
Martin's
you
gonna be
guys,
stuck on that accent all
I
night now.
would love, I would love to make this dance battle a tradition, perhaps, because I wanted to keep it
It's because
going.
we're on a narrow.
So you want to make it a tradition?
Yeah, I want to make it a tradition.
Hmm. So what? Different people dancing off?
Yeah.
So it'll be different people hosting it. So different profiles hosting it.
We'll see how it goes, but we'll get to
Spread
that
the love.
yeah, we'll get to that sooner or later.
Hmm.
But right now, we just want to get this out of the
Hey,
way
Bob.
without any hitches.
Oh come on! The first one always does. First one
True, but
always does.
I wanna get this I wanna have this show as a huge success because the perhaps is promoting it actually.
Oh, are they?
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Nice.
Oh. Did you guys just
that's
approach
why.
them and say that you were going to do it?
No, they announced it on the Q&A on Friday.
Yeah.
Nice.
On broadcast being
Nice.
multicast with 503 plus and counting. Way to go. 7 more to go to get the Haps challenge.
Nice.
Thanks for letting us know that, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Well, we're just gonna have to keep going there, aren't we?
That's right. You guys
How's the
should
printer coming
dance.
along?
It's getting there. We're finally on the white
It's
lettering
printing the
for the
letters.
HAPPS, so it's
Hmm.
printing the letters. So very soon, it wound up being. We thought we'd keep it really small this time because the
Hmm.
red material has got very little left over.
Oh, okay.
So we're keeping it really small, but maybe in the future we'll do larger halves. Because see, I was wondering if you guys are going to make the dance off. Like, I'm a much better dancer than Martin, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I was a wallflower, you know.
yes, you were not a
Can
Mayflower
Martin do the
wallflower.
Wallflower.
waltz?
Yep.
Okay,
I
well,
wonder if Martin
we
can do the
Well,
waltz.
we remember our dance from our wedding.
That's true. Jazzy says we should dance.
We dance together more
Yeah.
than because if we compete, I got your ass beat.
Oh yeah. It's true. You should see her on the floor.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a little while, definitely. But I was thinking that if this is going to be a regular thing for you guys, maybe we should make you guys little pins or awards that you can mail to people who win.
Oh, that'd be
Oh
great.
yeah.
I mean, we got
Vince
materials
secret
left over
weapons,
from other
10 cans of
projects
Red
and
Bulls. Oh, jeez.
sorry?
My secret weapon is 10 cans of Red Bulls.
10 cans of Red
I,
Bull.
I, I drank
It
one of
gives you
those
wings.
Red Bulls and it slowed me down.
It slowed you down.
What?
It slowed me down.
You're
It
kidding.
didn't get, it didn't give me any wings.
We'll make you wings.
Little 3D
Oh,
printed
that'll be
wings.
great.
Put them on your shoes. Yeah.
Be so
Yeah.
classy.
And Jazzy, I think if we danced, we'd probably have the downstairs neighbor complaining.
We have to wait till we get into another place.
Yeah.
This is just like we have to spend the next month or two just practically tiptoeing here. I just
Oh, I
really hate
know.
this. I
Yeah.
feel so restricted. So frustrating, but you know it is what it is. We enjoyed the ceilings for a while, the height of the ceilings for a while, so that was kind of a novelty. It's worn off
Hmm.
now.
Yeah. We're done. Yeah.
We're done. We're
I,
done.
we
We're
we had
spent.
our winching moments, and then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
all
okay.
these winches.
Oh, they all have to come down. All the little police. We're bringing them
You
down.
went
Yeah.
crazy. Everything in here is on pulleys now. Like everything.
Darn.
Hmm.
Jeez.
He just went nuts. He's
Rockstar is better than Red Bull.
But no, I was thinking that, maybe we can, if we can get a little budget or use leftover materials to kind of just keep going and
Yeah.
Hmm.
use up the materials instead of it all being thrown out. Just
Hmm.
make you guys some
Yeah,
pins for
if
the
you have
wins.
any materials left, you can use it for the any kind of
Yeah.
words or
Oh
something.
yeah, we got a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can make it, a dance off. Is there a dance off logo or something?
Have you guys come up with a logo?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Hmm.
We need who on Haps is a graphic designer? Someone on Haps
Hmm.
has got to be a graphic designer.
Well,
There's a lot of artists
you
on here.
Barry was a graphic designer.
Was she?
Yeah.
Well, tell her to make something for me.
Yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't actually.
Oh, one
Yeah.
step at a time.
One step at a time. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
how you dance.
Great, honey. Just you keep believing in yourself there.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if she can make me like a little logo,
Hmm.
something that'll look like an award.
Yeah, that'll be
We
great
can either
though.
put it on the cutter or on the printer.
Hmm.
Don't know yet.
Hmm.
What
Have you
about
guys heard from Don at all? From Don? You guys ever?
Jody? He was
Yeah.
on
He
here
was on a
earlier.
little
Yeah.
while ago on here. Um, like a prop place. What us? Dave, yeah, we build props and we're special skills actors and we're speakers at conventions, so we
Yes.
support
Two of
cosplayers.
the best people.
Yeah.
Two of the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jazzy, we are.
You're welcome.
Well, we're not necessarily graphic designers. I mean, we usually take someone else's design and convert it into a three-dimensional object. So, lithophanes for the awards.
Oh
Well,
my
if we want
God.
to go Victorian,
Ooh, yeah.
lithophane.
And we want to spread the love. Like, I mean, it would be nice that if each person for all these projects, all these events, it would be nice if each person pitches in something.
Hmm.
So if
Hmm.
someone else does the design, then they get credit for doing the design, and then we get credit for creating the award, and then the dancers
Hmm.
get credit for competing,
And receiving the
and
award.
yeah, and you get started, gets credit
Yeah.
for kicking everyone's butts to get started.
Yeah.
You know,
And yes,
it's
you can have
Yeah.
guests on this. We can invite. I think there's been some Haps broadcasts that have had up to 8 people on the stream at once. But then you start getting into a lot of cross talk and cross echoes and things
well,
like that. You know.
Vince, that
Yeah.
one night there was what, 6 of us?
Then you get
I think
like
there was.
then you get like a bunch of feedback, and then no one can
Yeah, the
hear you
echoing.
talk.
And,
Yeah, right now I hear Vince on our computer. I put it to the internal speakers on the computer because they're nice and subtle as opposed to the killer speakers on the monitor.
mhm.
And
Right.
we've got mics here so that we overpower any of the feedback that could be coming from
Mhm.
the computer. So as long as I don't crank them up, our mics shouldn't pick it up.
Mhm.
But if
Okay.
if we didn't have the mics, this would be echoing back and back and back and back and back,
Exactly.
and it would be this endless loop, unfortunately. So it's a little
Mhm.
touchy. Which is why when I'm on Vince's broadcast or when I'm on Eric's broadcast or, when I'm on other people's broadcasts, it's usually me alone because I'm the more talkative of the two of us.
Hmm.
Yes.
So I've got my earbuds on with my little mic.
I'm usually doing dishes.
And Martin's the
Ended
quiet
doing
one.
dishes. I am. Oh,
Martin's
not
the
bad.
quiet one.
Put me in a character though. Put me in a costume, and yeah, I'm dangerous.
Well, that's why we want to do this. We want to do the COVID costume contest because a lot of people are stuck at home.
Right.
And it's really frustrating because it's not easy to shop anymore. A 10-minute shopping trip now turns into a 3-hour lineup. And we thought it would be really cool to
Oh,
see what people
Chris.
could do costume-wise with what they have in their own homes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But I want to do it as a
Yep.
judging thing. I want to do 3 judges, Martin and myself, and someone else to break anything that Martin and I
Exactly.
decide
Yeah.
to disagree on
Yep.
because
Hmm.
we're good at that.
We are. We are
That's
absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
You guys are the best at it.
You hear that?
Hey,
Vince
Miss
says we're the
Conventions in
best
New
at
York City.
disagreeing.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the best at
We're the
disagreeing.
most creative at it. That's for sure. Miss Conventions in New York City. Yeah. Well, we miss conventions. Period. Yeah. I've only been 3D printing for 4 years. Cool,
Nice.
TJ. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, we want to. We're thinking if we
Hey,
can
Chris.
financially get through the whole COVID thing, when we come out the other end, we want to be able to offer the conventions free. Like we want to be able to say to them, pay for our gas and have us there. Because usually we have
Mm.
everything paid for and then we have an appearance fee and everything. But I know the
Hmm.
conventions are going to have a hard time restarting.
Yep.
Hmm.
And Martin and I are hoping to be in a position that when this is all over with, that we can go to conventions and not have to charge the convention as much and give them a greater chance to recover, and then wait another
Hmm.
year or two and then start charging fees again. But
Hmm.
that's how much I miss conventions too. I miss doing the panels. I miss working with people. I miss encouraging people,
Hmm.
and I miss the crowds. It is quite a
I
rush to
agree.
be in
I
front of a
agree.
crowd and
Hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
bringing things that are important to them to be able to teach them what we've done in the past. And Vince, you
Hmm.
keep hinting that one day you're going to want a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what we can do about that.
We're going to have to fix that.
Maybe
Okay,
you can
This
give it to
is
me for my birthday or something.
Vince and Randy are in two different broadcasts.
sorry, Vince.
Maybe you can give me the lightsaber for my birthday or something.
Hmm.
Possibly. We're going to see if we can 3D print a lightsaber shell
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be
and
great.
just put a
That'd be
support
cool.
inside because that'll give us more control.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can you guys autograph it too? Autograph it?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course. One of the things I want to do is I want to be able to have different price brackets for things like lightsabers and things like belt buckles and all the simpler things that most people
Costume
want
accessories.
to
Yeah.
finish, yeah, their cosplay with,
Hmm.
and basically do a sliding bracket on scale. So if you're willing to wait for it,
Oh
it's going to be
wait.
super
You know
super
what?
cheap.
I
If
got
you
an
want it
idea. Maybe
now,
you guys should
you
do
know.
a seminar on apps, a seminar or something.
That's basically what we're winding ourselves up towards doing.
Mhm.
Once we get this a little bit more established and get ourselves sort of
What we want to do is we want to get up to a
cut away the
$40
chaff.
level minimum of
Hmm.
sponsors because I want to get rid of the Patreon. Because
Right.
we've been trying to do educational stuff on Patreon, but
Hmm.
we haven't been able to set a schedule because when a production happens, we're suddenly gone and no one sees us for days. So we couldn't say this day every month we're going to have so the Patreon isn't working because we can't obligate to a set day and time. But on
Okay.
HAPS, if we can get that minimum $40 worth of sponsorships, then we'll have enough money to be able to teach more because then we can buy the materials.
Hmm.
Right.
And the more materials we can buy, the more we can teach. So what we're doing is if you sponsor us at any level, anything we show on HAPS or anything that we're going to put up on the store, the online store, you guys get first dibs. And it's anywhere between a 10 to 60% discount,
Hmm.
depending on the item.
Hmm.
So it doesn't even see the store if you want to buy it, if you're a sponsor. So we wanted to do that instead and get rid of our Patreon completely
Right.
because this way we've got more flexibility with our schedule and
Hmm.
all the sponsors get something out of it that just the viewers don't. But
Hmm.
everyone gets to learn. So it's a different approach and we're hoping it'll work because it'll be a lot easier and a lot less stressful on us and still be able to afford to
Yeah.
go forward.
Hmm.
So we're promoting that sponsorship thing. And once we get up to that 40, that's when we start saying discounts on anything that we want to put up or anything we build.
Yep.
So even if you sponsor $1 a month, it doesn't matter to us. You sponsor $20
Mhm.
a month, doesn't matter to us.
Mm-hmm.
Any amount doesn't make a difference. And then when something comes up, we build something on air, or we're about to put something up online, or you want to quote something, we'll quote it, and you'll get a
Mm-hmm.
discount because you're one of our sponsors.
Mm-hmm. But we have
So,
to
So
reach
are you
that
guys
forty
planning to
dollars a
have like
month first to
are you,
justify that.
sorry, what, Vince?
are you guys planning to have like merchandise, like
Well, yeah,
shirts,
that's what
cap?
we're. Well, this is what we're trying to do because the Canadian government started this program for freelancers and artists,
And this is going to
um,
answer Dave's question too, sort of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and small businesses, and part of this program is they give you a web designer who sets up an online store with you and teaches you how to do it. So we've chosen Shopify. We're just waiting for a web designer to be available.
Mm-hmm.
And then they teach you how to run your online store. And then they leave you to it. And it's $30 a month for the fee to have the Shopify. And so we've decided to do it because a lot of the productions, which is where we make most of our money, are shut down completely or are pulling from different talent pools. So instead of like 20 or 30 of us having 100 hours in a week of work,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next 2 weeks are blank, which is normal in this industry,
Mm-hmm.
we're getting 100 weeks of work once a month if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So they're spreading it out to all the COVID regulations. So by going online like this and actually having a merchandise store with what the kind of stuff we usually build for productions, we may be able to survive and keep the company going. And we're very grateful to the government for providing this for us. We just have to be
Mm-hmm.
patient and wait for the web designer that they're assigning us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's weird for us. We're not used to making things first. We're used
Right,
to quotes and then you make after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
it's a whole new different exciting thing for us. It's kind of scary.
But a good scary.
It's a good scary. Yes. Yes.
Not sort of
Larry
scary.
Larry King died today.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, Larry
Oh.
King died, and Hank Aaron.
Sorry?
Hank Aaron passed away too.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Need to get ready for the new normal. My church is too. Yeah, it's interesting. Church on Habs. Oh my God. That would be cool. I'm no artisan costumer, but no, chill. You're like the biggest customer we could have if I play you right. I mean,
Sure.
if everything goes right. New friends meet old friends. Vince
Mm-hmm.
meet
Yes.
Harold,
Mm-hmm.
aka Chill.
How's it going, Harold?
Harold is, or was, actually still is. Back when I used to do Deanna Troy as a character for Paramount, I called on Harold all the time to be my Klingon, and
Oh,
he
you're
was like
killing
one of
off.
the best Klingons I've ever worked with.
Oh,
So he's still very special to me. And,
I'm glad. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's a very special man.
Does he
Should have seen
know
Martin in
Klingon?
Klingon.
Yeah.
Does he know does Jordan Harold know Klingon language?
Actually,
He speaks a
Harold,
bit of
yeah,
Klingon.
Harold,
Yeah.
do you still speak Klingon? I don't think Martin remembers most of his.
No, I'm a bit rusty.
I
I
think
I don't have the
the one
phlegm
thing I know from
to
Klingon
speak
is
Klingon.
kapla,
Blah.
Well,
kapla.
where's the washroom?
Uh, Nuktak o puchpa e. Where's the washroom?
We always taught the kids how to ask where the washroom was because it's a very important question to ask.
Oh, that'll
That's a
Um,
be
very important question.
if Martin dressed as
hold
a
on,
Klingon.
Dave.
That'd
Dave,
be
there's no
cool.
such thing as a steady income in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the entertainment industry since I was 8 years old. I'm now 52. Please don't do the math. I don't want. I want to pretend that time has not passed. But it's no. It's people go. You're getting paid $50 an hour for that, or $100 an hour for that. Yeah, but I'm not going to have work for the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 12 months out of the year, you're guaranteed not to be employed for at least 4 of them.
Oof.
So you have to make other income on the outside, or you have to live really, really tight. People think we have money all the time, and we don't. It's a huge misconception in this industry, and it's
Mm-hmm.
the way I've lived life. I've tried regular income jobs, and I get bored out of my skull. And I don't think Martin could go to a regular income job ever again.
No.
Although you
Uh,
are considering getting your bus license.
yeah. Just sort of to fill in and sort of fill in some time and some income between the commission gigs and the custom stuff.
Hello, St.
Okay, I didn't know.
Petersburg.
Hey,
Okay, I
St.
didn't know you're gonna be getting your bus license.
Yeah,
And
well,
right now it's
they
kind
need
of,
bus
yeah,
drivers.
we need bus drivers, but right now all the schools are closed, so there's no buses running at the moment. So,
Right.
but it's a good time for me to do the training and get all my certification and get my license upgraded. So my
Mm-hmm.
driver's license.
And the nice thing about it is, he'd be driving kids in the morning, he'd be driving kids in the evening, so he's got all day to build
Yep.
and all evening, and he can still take time off to do conventions and stuff when they start up again. But the best thing about it is he'll get an upgrade in his license.
Hmm.
So if he wanted to be a teamster for a little while, he could. So he could hit two departments because I've got two departments in the entertainment industry
Yeah.
in production, but he's only got the one. So this will give him a second.
Hmm.
That'll make him more valuable within the industry itself. So the
Hmm.
upgrade in the license in the long run will only be an advantage.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool? I want to see
I'll tell the
mine
boys that.
dressed up as a Klingon.
Well, the
Dressed up as a
wig and the
Klingon.
forehead are still somewhere in the
Hold on,
locker.
hold on,
Oh,
hold on,
she's gonna find one of
hold
the
on, hold
images
on,
and
hold
pop
on.
it up on screen.
Way to go, Martin. Thanks, Harold. We're gonna have food than
We
starving and
do have
excited.
the wig and the forehead somewhere in storage. I don't know how good the
Mm.
Yeah.
forehead is anymore because it hasn't been worn in almost 20 years. So it's a latex like a latex appliance, so it's probably broken down quite a bit. But there's no reason we couldn't
Vince,
make
we
a
gotta
new
make
one.
you into a Klingon.
Oh, that would be nice. I would love that.
It would be great. We can make you a forehead and
Uh-huh.
And as always, remain Klingon.
remain Klingon. That's
Yes.
right.
I gotta learn the Klingon language. The one thing I know is Kapla. The rest I don't know.
Oh, I got too much on. My poor computer is overworked.
Uh-oh.
Way overworked.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. I want to
Way
try
to
to
go,
find
Martin.
you
Thanks,
one of the
Phil.
old pictures. I want to find you while Martin's
So
watching you guys.
when we did back when we were working for Paramount, we were actually being hired out to do like birthday parties and bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. Bar mitzvahs, yes,
Mm-hmm.
we did bar mitzvahs. And it would be her dressed as Dax and me dressed as a Klingon ship's captain. And we'd do
Thanks,
a
Ryan.
big bat'leth fight on the dance floor to basically battle for the birthday kid. And if she wins, the birthday kid is protected by the Federation, and if I win, we make him an honorary Klingon. So we wrote this whole speech for me to read to basically recite to the kid in Klingon, basically
Mm-hmm.
welcoming him to the Empire, and so and so house of so and all this sort of stuff. And it was a lot of fun to do.
That one kid was taller than both of us. He was
I know, for a
unnaturally tall.
13-year-old, my God, what a beanpole!
And I remember he offered to take you on
He
instead of
stood up
me.
to me. Yeah, he stood up to me.
I was
Oh,
like, no,
man.
kiddo, that's not how it works.
I was impressed at his honor.
Can you tell Martin likes his stuff? I love him for it too.
Our wedding shot. Oh yeah,
But I
that's right.
actually love this.
Oh, that's trippy.
Oh, stop getting so excited. It can wait.
Okay,
It can
it
cool
can wait.
down.
It
It
can
can
wait.
cool down.
Let it cool down.
Let it cool
You,
down.
you guys all saw on the picture in picture.
Yep,
The
that's
3D
right.
printer just finished.
That's right. Because I'm looking at the photos on our Facebook page. Because I believe, where are the photos? There's photos.
Photos.
Because
They're
I
under more.
believe I
Photos.
have a picture on you of you in your cling. Um,
Not
87
the
and
one where I
90.
was arrested, was it? No.
No,
Or
that was funny.
or are you talking about the first Klingon costume at the Halloween party?
I don't know. I'm
No,
talking
or
about like
one of the more recent.
your full don't
Kotorik?
I? Yeah. Don't I? Oh my
Captain
God, how
Kotorik?
can I not? How can I not? 87, was it after 92? We need to get more
It's
pictures
actually
on
it
here.
could have
There's a
been,
whole
yeah.
bunch of pictures that are not up. There's me as
There's
Dax.
there's Kotorik and Marat.
Ah, there we go.
Wow.
Okay, so I need to take this picture, bring it to the desktop, and then make sure it's saved, okay? It did. Okay, are you ready for this, Vince? Are
Yes.
you
Fun.
ready for this?
Yes.
You all ready for this?
Desktop.
Dun, dun. Nuknech is what do you want? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna right now. I'm gonna hide the printer because it's kind of done its job,
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna go like this. Ready?
Go ahead.
Ray Harryhausen with Boris Vallejo. That would have been an
Oh, it's
amazing
so
convention to
small.
be
Whoa.
at. Yeah.
So small. So I'm gonna
Everybody be
go
bored and have
to
food
this
and
layout,
starving and excited. Nice.
and I'm gonna make this number one. There we go.
Hmm.
Wow.
Edward Wolf,
There we
thank you for
go.
joining and subscribing.
That is
Uh,
amazing.
okay, I'm gonna put us up here.
Wow. That
So
is.
yeah, that's there's smaller resolution pictures, but that has a lot to do with the fact that there are older pictures that I had to scan. But yeah, that's Martin and Klingon making.
Wow.
and and her and her in the middle or the top right shot there dressed as
Hey guy, how are you?
a Cation, which was they were introduced in the Star Trek animated series.
I've done
So Martin,
Bajoran, I've done Vulcan.
how long did it took you to dress as a Klingon? How
Like
long
to
did it
get
took you to
dressed,
dress up?
it doesn't take long to get dressed in it. Takes me about a half an hour to put the forehead on because it's basically forehead and wig all one piece, right? And then you do
Okay.
like the latex and spirit gum around the edges of it to blend it into
Right.
my face, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then it's just basically putting on the armor, like the tunic underneath and the pants and the boots and the the
Okay.
armor and the
Take
belt.
me
So
cheerleader.
maybe about an hour tops.
But Martin and I started our Paramount career as Troy and Data.
I looked a lot different. Actually, I looked the same as I looked at when I was dressing as the Klingon as well, because I didn't have the face, all the facial hair. That was all applied after.
And then
Now I can do it. Just color it in.
and it was Klingon, and then I started doing Dax, and then you started
Hmm.
doing Bashir.
Hmm.
Nice.
U.S. Bashir was cute.
I had fun with that.
Yep. And I've done Bajoran. I used to do Vulcan for a little while, but it was really difficult to do live, face to face, because people really get in your face to
They
try to
Oh
get you to
jeez.
want to
laugh.
make the Vulcan laugh, and you have to
Oh
be
jeez.
cool. But you do the Spock eyebrow very well.
Yes,
So
I do.
that's yeah.
I rehearsed that. But yeah, it was great because it was like, yeah, that was my first pointy years.
Yeah.
What year? Oh my God. And Star Trek Five pool table dancer. Um, what year?
The pool table dancer. Oh my
So
God. Yeah.
Filmation, yes. I love the animation series.
Hmm.
But shoot, when was the
Hey
first?
Eric, how are you?
That would have
Welcome on
been
board.
90? No,
The
89?
the
88?
first
When
Klingon?
did Next Gen come out? No, when we
Next Gen
started
came out in
with Troy
'88.
and
Yeah,
so it
about
would have been
'88.
88.
Yeah.
And when Paramount was bought out by Viacom in 96,
Something like that. 96, 97. We sort of,
Hmm.
and then
yeah,
Viacom said they didn't want to pay for actors anymore to do characters.
when they could just set up cardboard stand-ups.
So
Hey Eric.
a few of us wound up unemployed. So
Yeah.
yeah, we went on to other projects, but yeah, we made all the tricorders for all the public appearances and
Hmm.
Oh
For our
nice.
parody plays, the stage plays. Yeah.
yeah, all the phasers we made, handmade all of them. So
Nice.
yeah, they would give us the specifications so that we would
Hmm.
be up to up to standards. And yeah, so we
It's
had to
great
make
when we
them.
get the actual art
So
department
what about the
drawings.
old Star Trek communicators, the old Star Trek ones?
The flip phone ones.
We
Yeah, the
did
flip ones.
at one time we did some movie characters, like some generic movie, and we did
Yeah.
the tri the uh,
The movie tricorder.
the
Yeah.
movie tricorder.
And yeah, I think we did a movie communicator at one point too.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. And it's just
Do you
like I
guys still
think we
have?
still have the.
Do you guys still have them?
I think we still
We
have the
have bits and
tricorder.
pieces of them. We have the movie tricorder. We have the classic tricorder in the display case. What's left of it. Of course, these old props are falling apart now.
Yeah, it's just they've been around because so you can imagine what the ones from the '60s. They
Eric wants to know if
can
he can
you be invited
invite
up to the
live.
live?
Well, we've shown that picture long enough, right?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Have we?
we've shown
Yeah.
that
That
picture
is
long enough.
awesome, guys.
Hang on, Eric, come on in.
It's gonna be a
Eric.
throwdown. I just saw Randy was trying to get Vince to concede.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Not having.
Never.
I ain't gonna concede. Not happening.
No,
And neither should
it's
you should
going
never.
down.
Never.
There we go.
Richard's gonna go.
That's dance off throwdown.
Where is he? So this is weird hearing you guys out of my computer, out of the desktop. Where's the dance?
Hey, Linda, how are
Speaking
you?
Hey,
of,
I guess we can be loud.
yeah, what the hell?
That's downstairs.
Are they
There you
just?
go.
Sounds like downstairs.
Here's
No,
Eric.
there's a whole bunch of people chatting and
Oh
laughing.
wow. There's Eric. Hang on. Let me get him in.
Ah, there you go. It's,
There
yeah.
he is.
There he is.
All right.
I did you, Eric? Yeah, I did you.
There he is.
That's me an old prop. Dave.
Actually, hang on. You keep talking to them for a
When
second.
is the dance
The
off?
dance
The
is
dance off
it's at
is at
8:30, Linda. 8:30 p.m.
and 8:30
8:30.
8:30 Pacific.
West Coast.
Yes.
8:30 Pacific. So that is in an hour and
In
a half
about two.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. An hour.
It'll
At
be
least an hour and a half.
it'll be starting in about maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half, something like that.
Hour and a
Yeah.
half, Eric.
An
Yeah.
hour 45 minutes, something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, be ready for it, Linda. Be ready for it. Be ready for the battle
Yep.
at 8:30. So be
Yeah.
ready.
Get ready. Get ready, Linda.
It will
You're gonna be
be
surprised with my
epic.
dance moves.
It will be epic.
This is where you guys
It'll be
cry.
amazing.
It will
It'll
be
be
amazing.
spontaneous.
What time for Central? That will be 11:30. If you're on the East Coast, it'll be 11:30 p.m. For
Let's see,
East Coast.
11:30 Eastern. That's our time zone in Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Central would
yeah.
be 10:30.
Central will be
Mountain
like
would be
10:30.
9:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Central will be 10:30.
There you go. The battery's dead.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Slowly
no.
deteriorating.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
That
that's
is
That's all.
cool.
old
That's all
camera.
heat-formed styrenes.
Vacuum
We
form.
use
Yeah.
That
we use
is
ABS
cool.
now because the styrene is it gets brittle if it's in the sun and stuff too much.
I think my mom probably had something similar to that, but it's a Polaroid, like a very old Polaroid,
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah.
very old. That has
I think that's
the
that's
stuff
what they
that we
were
don't
kind of
remember.
based
That,
on.
that a lot of us don't remember, and a lot of us that does remember. Oh, Dave says that Vince, show your Dragon Ball Z moves, Vince. Dave said that.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. Yeah.
These have the print on them have bled a little.
No, it's
Actually, this
still
one's
pretty
actually
good.
pretty
Yeah,
good
it's
shape.
medical.
Some of
Oh,
the
wow, that's still in good shape.
Yeah.
yeah, they're
That's
these
the-
ones are
the-
these are the non-electronic ones that were always just used for visual from stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next gen. So
You know, and
that's the medical pad. It's got the caduceus on the back, right?
this one
I
actually
wonder
had
if
little
you-
stickers around the buttons.
I wonder
and
if you
all.
guys have the captain's chair.
We don't have
Oh,
room for it.
nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
We had a captain's chair. We actually for ourselves we built a sort of a next gen slash Excelsior style captain's chair out of an old car seat. We reupholstered it and everything, but we had to give it up when we moved out to BC. Or actually, no, partway through BC.
Partway through BC.
And then we didn't end up bringing it back. And then we before when we were living in Toronto, we had the Star Trek bridge replica that we were involved in getting it rebuilt.
Oh,
so that had a captain's
nice.
chair. So it was a classic Trek bridge.
Nice.
The back half of the bridge, sort of sciences to engineering.
Mhm.
See, that's what happens when the graphics get all wet.
Oh,
See how
oh
that-
no.
Yeah. Yeah, the humidity in British
Humidity
Columbia
sort
did
of
some of these
bled
decals
all
in.
the- 'cause this was all inkjet printed graphics, so you can see
Alright.
all the lettering and everything is all.
Look over your
blurred out.
shoulder, Martin.
Hmm?
Look over your shoulder.
nice.
Not centered. There we go.
Oh, okay, sorry. I
Um,
where it actually needs to be.
Wow.
so yeah, we
that's
handmade
cool.
these, but the back is no longer attached to it. If Martin pulls it off, you can. It's no longer attached. But back then, it was really really expensive to get like
All the
surface mount
electronics
chips,
inside.
and
Oh,
Paramount
man.
Promo didn't want to spend money, so we actually hold it still for them
Mhm.
so they can see
Yeah.
it proper. So what we did was we got the full size LEDs and the full size chips, and we sanded them down to the bare bone to
Wow.
get them to fit inside the tricorder.
There's
Oh,
actually a couple
man.
boards missing out of this one, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
and the
hey Vince.
batteries.
Hey
Oh,
Vince. Vince, we
Yeah.
have someone in the chat that's saying something about you, Vince.
yeah, Vince. The batteries have also been taken out of these because they're
I'm not
just
gonna pay
Oh,
bread.
attention
that's
to it.
Mark. Mark
Oh,
Mark has all
what's
these non
Mark?
sequitur statements. He'll start asking about being in racketeering and uh, and then
That one's
that's
bread too.
so the sloped one was the Voyager style tricorder, right, with the slanted front,
Actually, I'm
and
not
then
in
this
the
is more
set or a
the
click.
next gen style tricorder.
That's cool.
So and again the graphics
Yeah,
have all
yeah,
laid
yeah,
out and
Vince. It's gonna be something,
Beat me up. I
Vince.
got no power,
there you
Captain.
go.
When you guys, and Bannerman battle it out.
Wow, that
it'll
is
be a post one. It'll be a post
wow.
dance
That's like
off.
completely. That's it's completely deteriorated.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna open
it's
my bottle, but it won't let me. Ow! I'll be back, you guys.
So,
okay.
Christina,
Right.
do you have the Dax uniform? The Dax?
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 No, I think we sold Dax this year, didn't we? Or oh no, wait, they're
Oh
in a bin in
no.
the locker.
Are they?
I think so. I
We
remember.
might. I don't
I
remember.
remember the jumpsuits. Yeah,
We kept some
the
things and we didn't
DS9
keep
jumpsuits.
others. We might
Mm-hmm.
still have it. I don't know.
Or a
It's actually a pretty easy uniform to make.
tricorder, not tricorder. And Mark, anyone here have a rec for a New York City area social worker who goes to federal prisons?
No.
Nope.
None of us are in New York.
Sorry.
Everyone else with specials in California or Toronto.
That's right. Everyone who's special.
But yeah, a lot of these are just falling apart. We used to bring them to conventions all the time and show them at panels, but
Hmm.
unless we do some repairs on them, they're
Mm-hmm.
just too dangerous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, watch X-Men 1, the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see, you saw the first X-Men movie? Okay, here.
Oh, you can bring it.
This, yeah, it doesn't go to conventions anymore. We might as well put it on there. Uh, you'll
That's
appreciate
cool.
this then. This poor thing is so
So, Martin,
delicate now.
what is the biggest highlight in your career? The biggest highlight?
The biggest highlight
Oh,
in
Yeah.
wow.
my career? Well, in our career, I think probably one of the biggest highlights was working on well movies like X-Men, right?
Hmm.
Which was it was groundbreaking stuff for when it came out because it was early in the Marvel Cinematic universe. Actually, it's separate from the MCU right now, but there was a
Right.
lot of really great moments in there. Working with some really good people, getting to meet Patrick Stewart, work with him.
Whoa, is that the
Ray Marsden,
Cyclops?
who
What's this?
or James Marsden, who was Cyclops,
Oh,
um,
wow.
and then
Oh, nice.
working on more recently Stargate when we were working in DC and the CW shows, building the Atom suit for
Hey,
Night,
Don.
Harold.
Night Harold.
Night Herald.
Good to
Yeah,
meet you,
building the
buddy.
Atom suit for DC's Legends of Tomorrow was a lot of fun. That
Hey
was a great
Don, what's
highlight
going
of my
on,
career
man?
too. Yeah.
This used to be very flexible. It's kind of like a rubber plastic
Hmm.
compound, that the combination, so that it was flexible enough to get on his face.
Uh-huh.
And over the years, it's gotten so stiff. Now it's so fragile. We used to bring it to all the conventions, but we don't anymore. It sits in our case because it's just, yeah, the one ear cup just keeps breaking off. But some people were given gifts when X-Men wrapped, and Martin was one of the people at the primary shop that wound up getting a Cyclops visor, one of the actual production ones, as a gift. So it's been a very cherished piece of our
Mm-hmm.
collection. People have offered to buy it, but no. We basically let people see it and take measurements from it, and
Hmm.
so they can make their own and stuff. I'd rather it have that life than be
Mm-hmm.
trapped somewhere,
Yeah, I agree.
never being used, you know?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
yeah,
did you guys
that's
manage to make the Wolverine claws? The
We
Wolverine
didn't. No, we didn't
claws?
make the claws. That was a different guy. That was a guy that deals with a lot of prosthetic makeup and prosthetic appliances. Is the way the claws were designed, right? They were basically the three claws come up between the fingers, and there's like a hand grip inside, so you can grip it like
Hmm.
that,
Right.
and hold on to them. But no, we didn't get to actually work with Hugh Jackman during the film. So the biggest time we had on set
Okay,
was we
fine.
did some of the
I won't type it
miniature.
up.
We did a couple of miniature segments on the film.
Oh, okay.
There's a scene where Cyclops gets his visor yanked off by one of Magneto's henchmen, and of course he can't close his eyes fast enough when it gets yanked off, so he blows the ceiling out of the train station. So we did a quarter
Mm,
scale miniature of the train station to
that's cool.
shoot about 4 or 5 takes of blowing the ceiling out. So they had different footage that they could work with and insert
Hmm.
into the live
Put this away.
footage. So that was a lot of fun doing that kind of thing.
Well, that's
We
awesome.
got to work with Patrick Stewart because we did stuff on the on Xavier's chair, and we did stuff like worked on the Cerebro helmet and all the console
Fun
stuff in
stuff
the
in
Cerebro
BC
room.
too in the second movie, or was it the third?
What's that?
The second and third movie out in BC.
Mm, yeah, yeah, quite a few props on X-Men too as well. 'Cause
Wow.
part of what led us to move to BC is when things were slowing down here. A lot of the productions that
Mm,
we were working on were shutting down.
right.
Christina had finished any production stuff, so she went to BC ahead of me, and
Mm,
I stayed here to determine, as we were trying to determine whether or not X-Men 2 was going to shoot in Toronto or shoot in Vancouver. When they decided they were going to shoot in Vancouver, we figured out what shop was going to be building props for them,
right.
and I contacted that shop, did an interview, basically got connected in with that shop, and then we made the final move to BC and got some work on X-Men 2, and everything started building from there.
So
And like I said earlier too, when we get the new page up, it's going to be a full production list. And we
Hmm.
used to have up online my production list, his production list, the things that, other people, like we didn't work with each other. And then there was
mm,
the us production list, and it became this huge mess online.
oh
So it
boy.
was suggested to us that because we are Car Hunger Creative, we are a registered company of our own entity now, that we just say, okay, people in this company did this and just
This
merge
is
it all
our
together
production list.
to
Yeah.
make it
Hmm.
just our production list, look for classifications, because there's a lot of stuff he did that I didn't, and a lot of stuff I did that he didn't, but we still would go to set and we would
Hmm.
still do things with each other, and we still met the
Yep.
same people. And so, it's gotten so accumulative that it's
Hmm.
just like, fine, we did this,
Make
and
one
just
common list between us. Yeah.
and make it simple for everyone to just,
Yep.
Mm,
call on us for whatever skills that they need.
right.
Anchorman, it's almost that time for the dance off. Can't hardly
Yeah.
wait. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
what's the
just a
count?
little under an hour and a half.
Okay, so
Yep.
maybe we should go back
Hmm.
to the the the
The print.
cutter, the
The print.
printer,
Yeah.
and see how that HAPS logo turned out.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, let's
1B48.
see.
Hello,
Let's see
Barney.
how
Yeah. We
the
shall.
half logo turned out.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to
So
turn the
we'll
iPad
turn that
around.
around again.
Yep,
Come around here.
yep. And then I'm going to. Uh, Actually, I'm not going to turn the webcam on at all, the
No.
close
Okay.
up at all,
All right, folks.
because then everyone will
Stand
get too
by for a
tiny.
little bit of
I don't want us all to
a
get
little
tiny.
bit of earthquake here as I rotate.
Earthquake in Toronto. No, we're not in BC anymore. Okay.
We've Jazzy, we've met a few actors,
Most of
and
the
again, it's
actors we've actually met is not necessarily on set all the time. Most of the
Mm,
actors we've actually met have been working for conventions. I used to be media relations for a lot of science fiction conventions and groups, so I directly worked with all the actors to set up their interviews and to get them on air
hmm
and to do their promos. And so most of the people I've met is that, or before that, my father was a member of the media.
we might need the
So,
little
yep, the scraper
razor
thingy.
scraper to your left on the
Where is it?
bend
Where's
the
it? Where's
laser.
it? Where's it? Ah, there it is. So we've met a lot. People go, "Why don't we have autographs to prove it?"
Hmm.
Because to us, it's kind of it's work.
Yeah, we made
yeah.
them in a work environment, right? We're not there as fans. We're not there as groupies or anything like that.
I mean, we've hung out
Right.
with them, like Peter Mayhew, for example, when
Hmm.
we were guests at a Star Wars convention in Montreal.
Mm,
Empire Con. That was
Empire Con,
99,
yeah.
I think.
Yep, that was '99.
wow.
He invited us down because we were guests as well at the convention. He invited us down for
Hmm.
drinks down in the bar.
Oh, what's
And we all
going
Mm,
just
on?
hung out.
What's going on?
What's going
Okay,
on?
we stalled for
Oh
a
no.
moment.
oh,
How's our battery? 33%. No, we're still
Okay.
good for a little bit. Yeah,
you guys are
Oh,
good.
okay. That's actually
that actually
not
worked.
bad. That's
Let's
that
see how he
actually
turned
A
worked.
little
out.
fuzzy.
Oh, connecting. No, no, no.
Oh no,
Don't lose.
no.
Don't lose. Don't
Ah,
lose.
crap. No, no, no,
What?
no. Oh,
Oh,
What?
okay,
Hang
okay
on,
now.
hang on, hang
we're
on,
back, we're back.
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Give it
Oh,
a moment. Oh, there it goes.
you're back. Oh, I love that. That's
So we're in a bit of
nice.
an angle. All right.
Right in the middle. There you go. Perfect. That's perfect. Love that. Love that.
Show it on a little bit of an angle so you can see the depth of the.
That's
Yay,
awesome.
3D printer.
I love that. That's perfect.
And it's
It's
translucent
kind
too.
of
Light,
it did
light
wind up
shining
a
through
little
it. Yeah.
translucent. Where's give me my phone, please?
Hmm.
Awesome. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm curious. Phew. If I
Maybe you can
open my
just make
computer.
a little stand for that Haps logo. A little stand.
Yeah. So hang on. I'm under. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it did
that was
wind
right.
up pretty translucent.
But it looks good though.
That
It
is so
looks
cool.
good. That's
And you
cool.
can see all the crisscrossing underneath
Yeah,
The little honeycomb. Yeah.
that's totally cool.
because it doesn't make it solid all the way through. It puts a honeycomb in the middle in order
Hmm.
to use less material.
That's awesome.
Hey Frank, welcome aboard.
Hey Frank, how are you?
Matches Vincent's shirt. Does match Vincent's shirt.
Oh my God, it
That's
does.
totally dope. That's totally dope.
Vincent, we got to turn this into a big button for you.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be
You
great.
win the dance off. I'll mail it to you.
All right, perfect. Just mail it to me.
There we go. Yep.
Oh, you gotta win.
Can I buy one? Bobby Shadow wants to buy one.
You want to? Yeah, we'll make up another one and send it to you. We'll have to figure out how much material was used.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a message on Twitter with an email. Anyone who's interested, send me a
Mm-hmm.
message on Twitter with an email.
Oh,
Bobby
I'll
buying me one.
definitely DM you on Twitter. I'll definitely DM you
That's very tactful, Don.
because I would love to have one
There you go.
when
Yeah,
this
just
dance off is
send me a
over.
message on Twitter,
You got it.
and I will figure out how much material was actually used, and come up with a little price. And yeah, we'll happily whip up more of these because
Hey, laser or printed this time? Printed. It's the first one off the 3D printer.
That is awesome, you guys. Love that.
cool. We can all put it
It
like
it came out good.
You can just glue a pin
Hi,
to the
my
back
name
of
is
it.
Haps.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason the room sounds a little more echoey is not because it's empty or anything, but because the computer is producing sound, so we can hear Vincent and Derek.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
okay.
a tiny bit of a feedback. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Is it plastic? It is
PLA.
PLA, which is a corn-based plastic.
Mm.
So don't leave it out in the sun too long.
Or it'll get brittle.
Everyone who wants one should sponsor first. Kidding, not kidding.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So we've got devices dying, as you guys saw. The signal kind of broke up.
Yes.
And we've been
So
on for 3 hours.
we have devices that are dying, and someone's got to get ready for dance off.
That's right.
All right, you guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I hope you'll be there for the dance off because I need all the support.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been my favorite people since the beginning. So I
Oh,
appreciate
thank
it
you.
from both of you.
And Eric, take care of yourself too. Stay safe. Keep smiling. Okay.
Can you put it in the dishwasher top rack? Possibly not. I don't know.
Don't think so.
I don't think PLA is dishwasherable.
So everyone listen, remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can, because self-respect, self-love is more important than anything else in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And no one can touch you, no one can hurt you if you respect yourself. And hey, Martin,
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
say see you later to Vince and Eric. Will you, Martin?
Say see you later in Cleon.
Vincent, Eric, Martin.
In Cleon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
May
Christina.
the
Bye,
best
Martin.
dancer win.
Take care,
Catch you
guys.
later.
You got it.